Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Factor Sim live stream. Today it's the 8th of July 2023, 34 minutes past 8 in the evening here in the United Kingdom. We're back in X-Plane 12 in the Flight Factor 757-200. I think it's been over a year and a half, 2 years since we last did this aircraft. Unbelievable. We've been flying the 757-300 a few times in between, but nice to be back in this simulator. I had a number of people who have requested me fly the 757, both members and regular subscribers, so I thought we'd jump in. I had a little look at the events today, and there was a VATSIM event in America. I've been wanting to fly in the US, that's why I'm streaming a little bit later. We are in, let me get the status right, North Carolina, Charlotte. We're flying to Arkansas, to Little Rock. I don't know if that's the state capital, but flight time around 1 hour 40 minutes. It's a VATSIM First Wings event. This allows new people to come and try and fly out and try out VATSIM with the capacity of controllers, allowing you to be sort of new and giving you lots of assistance if required. I think the main event's going in the other direction, but they're allowing people flying this way as well. Yeah, it doesn't actually start for 25 minutes. We might not have an ETC for departure, but we'll certainly have it on arrival into Little Rock. Anyway, now, please note the pinned comment on this video here. I tested the aircraft earlier, and I did go on the Flight Factor Discord. Lots of people have reported the same issue. Right now, Flight Factor 757 is suffering from delayed control input. So I'll show you later. You make an input on the control column. If I bring my yoke cam up here, go full forward and full back, the elevator moves really, really slowly in response to that. Same in roll, same in rudder, and it's making it extremely difficult to control. Basically, you flare and nothing happens. So I'm going to absolutely smash it down in Little Rock. I've got my excuse out now, at least there, but hopefully it's something they'll fix in the not too distant future. The FlyJSim 737-200 had the same issue always. Let's see what we've got here in chat. Taylor L, hope you're doing well. 3 months as a member. Happy to be back for another month. Thank you very much for your support now for 3 months. I see you have your second epaulets with the 2 gold bars. Thank you very much for your support there, Taylor. I really appreciate it. Double Mosin, any 757 quiz tonight? I've had no time at all to set up a quiz. I only had sort of this afternoon to set up the stream, but maybe another time. But I did watch the Silverstone F1 Grand Prix. Very exciting. I think we know who's going to win it. It would be nice to see perhaps Lando Norris get on the podium tomorrow as well. Martin Kills here says, hello Captain, remember it's quarter pounder with cheese, not Mac Royale over there. I'll try and remember that. And that made me think of Pulp Fiction, that film then. Jack Cree, hope you're doing well. My home state, hope you're doing well. Great for the US followers to be able to see a stream live, especially on the weekend now. We've got Gamer Dale was commenting on the boarding music. Yes, this would be quite epic boarding music, wouldn't it? This is the intro to the stream. Wickshare says, yo, flying along as United, but excellent. I think I saw your pinned comment earlier, or was it in Discord, talking about how you're going to be flying on live for the first time. Well, there's no ATC for departure, but we'll hopefully have some ATC later on into Little Rock as well. Doesn't the 757 always crash? I've not had any issues in the test sector. I've got the latest beta update. I updated it via the X updater 2.6.9, which is the X-Plane 12 version. As I said, the major issue is with the flight controls. So in pitch, it was awful. But I've got the excellent RB211 sound pack for this. The buzzsaw on this is so good on takeoff. You're going to absolutely love the sounds on this sound pack. I've used it before, but I think they've been updated and improved. It's just one of the best sounding aircraft on takeoff. Not quite as good as the Fearless 747-200s, but a close second. But anyway, here is the aircraft, completely cold and dark. We've got everything connected, ready for boarding, fuel loaded as well already. We're taking a full load of passengers, which for this configuration is only 170. But as I said, the flight time around 1 hour 45 minutes. One thing I've really noticed, and I like in X-Plane 12 at the moment as well, is when it's raining, which we should have some rain today, the sound effects of the rain hitting the cockpit windows sounds just like I'm at work in the 737. Really, really like that touch there, but they do need to fix this lighting issue. I hate this cockpit lighting look. Great in here when you're looking down, but when you look out the window and the sun's coming in through the window, it makes everything very dark. And now someone told me there's a fix for that, so hopefully we'll have a look at that at some in the not too distant future. Just here for the Toga takeoff, absolutely Hamish, have a look at that. What would also be rad, the Jawal RB211 mod. I've never heard of that, Will. Might have to look at that. We can't hear the sound as good as you from the stream, I think. I think the sound quality of stream is pretty good, Brendan. The quality just drops off with the graphics slightly, but it's never that bad. Anyway, let's get a start in here. Lauren Walker, love your videos, always learn tips from watching your videos. I'm on my girlfriend's account. My name is Luke, and I'm inbound to Casablanca in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Cheers, Luke, and thank you for using Lauren's account. Don't tell her, and if you're commenting on that, she might get in trouble. Excellent, right, let's now get the show on the road then, so we'll get some electrical power. The great thing about this 757 is I sort of set it up like the 737. I might be doing things in slightly the wrong order, but hopefully if you want to fly this aircraft in the future, you'll be able to use it as a sort of tutorial. But let's turn the battery on, close the guard, we'll put the standby power to auto, and the external power will connect, and turn on the bus tie breakers. We now have some electrical power coming into the aircraft. We'll turn up the sounds. And then I just sort of do a panel scan starting at the top here, working my way down. So starting around the top left here, we'll put the RS to nav. Well, 3 RSs to nav. Yaw dampers on. We've got elec engine control switches to turn on here. Now, when Mike and I were flying the 787 the other day, the hydraulics on this look a little similar. What I just do is turn on all the hydraulics at this stage. There might be a particular order that you do it in the 757. I just turn them all on. Cargo doors, forward door entries are all open. I'm just going to disable Tobii Eye Tracker here, guys. Just it messes with the default X-Plane 12 views. Turn on the utility buses so the cabin can use the equipment. IDG disconnects switches, you want to leave those on. Put the IDGs on now. We won't start the APU just yet. In fact, what's the temperature here? We'll keep an eye out on the compartment temperatures, because I think it's quite warm here. If these get a bit high, we'll start the APU. It's 22 degrees in the cabin at the moment. Emergency exit lights armed, engine limiters on. We'll have fuel in the main wing tanks, none in the centre. I've already pre-fueled, we'll go through that later on. Wing and engine anti-ice not required. Position light on. Window heat will turn on. No smoking on. Seatbelts on. And pressurization mode selected to auto. Elevation, I think it was about 700 odd feet. Oh no, was it lower? I've just got the charts open here. Sorry, wrong airport. That's what the elevation is here. The elevation in Little Rock is 200. I didn't have that on the test sector. Maybe it's because I forgot to turn the seatbelts on the test sector, but I've got... Is that a new feature, or is that the sound pack? Oh, well, welcome on board. Oh, you look at the temperature increasing here. We might have to get the APU bleed on later. Put the temperature controllers to auto. Ruining my stream. Recircs on, packs auto for now. We'll need engine bleed on later. There we go, that will do for the overhead panel. And MCP, runway heading, it's runway 18 centre in use. Shut up. It's a temporary measure. 18183. It's quite cool. I think that could be the sound pack. Runway heading set. So stop level should be 80. What, 8,000 feet was in America. Flight director's on. Tied up to load the FMC. Andrew, you said, I like World War II and World War I. Well, hopefully the history about it, not so much the war itself. Cabin auto rate, as far as I know, need to set up in the little triangle. Thank you. I did forget that. Because you do run into pressurization issues if you don't do that, don't you? Very good. Brendan, been 4 years since I last saw a 757. I miss the sound of those RB211s. I mean, yeah, it's a dying aircraft now, isn't it? Now what's going on outside? There's all these noisy X-Plane 12 artifacts. The loudest tug I've ever heard. What is going on out there? I flew to the States for my first time a couple of weeks ago. I find they got different ways of doing things. It is a little different out there. Oh, the tugs arrived, but it's honestly it's powered by 4 V12 Merlin engines. It's so loud. I'm just going to turn the sounds down here. Why weren't you here in the test sector so I could find a different stand? It's an absolute beast of a... He's going to smash into my aircraft, isn't he? Yeah, great. No, what are you doing? No! Lost my nose gear. You can learn a level 2 external sounds and the sound preference. Thanks, Martin. I think we'll do that. No! Environment, baby. There we are. Environment. That's what it was. We've lowered the environment there. Thank you. Game of Dollars. EFB out for PMDG. No. Excellent news, everyone. I do have a brand new virtual aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator in my hangar from a developer. It comes out next week. Who knows what it is? Have a guess. I was perhaps considering streaming it tonight, but I want to actually spend some time getting up to speed with it. But I'll hopefully stream it on Monday or Tuesday. Let's see if you know what it is. Right, let's now load up the flight management computer. Let's bring this here. Homes charts. There we go. Yes, excellent. You've got it. It's the. I've got the Fokker. The Fokker is in my virtual hangar. I did, Brendan. Yes. F28, F28. That's the one. That's the one. Yes, we'll find a nice little sector doing that Microsoft Flight Simulator. It looks great. I really do like just like. I think they've really hit the ball out of the park with their aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Love the 146. Looking forward to trying the F28. It's not even installed yet. I've downloaded it, but yet to install it. Yankee Fox, thanks for 15 months. Flew one of BA's 757 level D sims back in the day. Thanks to Sim Engineer friend. Black and white CRTs for the outside views. Hope you're well. Wow, those were the days. Hey, I mean the sims we have now, I mean, they're quite old sims, some of them, but all the graphics have been updated. They're nowhere near as good to what you get in your desktop simulator. They're sort of like Windows 2, Microsoft Flight Sim 2002 sort of quality, but you don't need it because we're in IMC 95% of the time. But so cool to share that there. Excellent. Right then, let's load up the FMC. So we've got the RB211's latest air rack installed. We are in Charlotte, which is Kilo Charlie Lima Tango. We'll put in our present position. I think the alignment's already complete. We're going to go to Little Rock. And our call sign today with the Alpaca 3208. Oh, guys, it's been well over a week since we last streamed. I've been so busy, and I've got one more week next week. A full block, no standbys. I did have 3 standbys last week. I was called off every single one of them. But I've got a full block next week, and I think there's rumours of ATC strikes going on, so it's going to be awful. But then I've got 2 weeks off, so I will be able to get some more streams out for you. We've got an Esther 4 departure, and it will be an IPTE transition. It's a heading select departure. From IPTE, I'm going to go direct to Chops. And direct to Frusra, THRSR, and from there it's direct to Vuz. Where's the route? It goes to Atlanta, then towards Memphis, doesn't it? I was having a look on the map, my atlas, so I can see where we're going geographically. Juliet 14. Oops. I forgot I had the pop-out screen, so turn this up again now. Now the tugs have gone away. Juliet 14 to Lima India Tango, which is actually very close to the airfield. There's no stars into Little Town. So I looked on the D-ATIS. It said they're landing on 2-2 left this evening, and we'll select a Kixo transition. Now, if you have a look at the routing, if we select plan on the EFIS, and we'll just extend the range out here slightly, go to legs. Let's have a look at this routing. So you'll see as we approach the airport, the flight plan routing just goes like this. It's a straight line to Araki, then Lit, and Lit, look, is over the airport. There's no stars. So what we're going to do, and I did this on a stream recently, works just like it does in the 737. I'm going to make a waypoint inbound to Lit about 20 miles before Lit. So what you need to do is Lit / minus 20. We'll put that at the waypoint above Lit. And what that's done is just created a waypoint on the Lit airway inbound to Lit here, and what I'm going to do is after Lit 01 join it up to Kixo. It just gives VNav something a little bit more realistic to deal with. The routing is correct because we're flying in a straight line towards Lima India Tango. If we get to Lit 01 and we've not been cleared, we'll just continue in heading select towards the Lit VOR like this. It just allows VNav to create a more accurate descent profile. So that's all done. We can activate and execute into the performance page. 75.6 tons. So just to show you the EFB, I really hope they update this EFB in time. It works. It's a bit cumbersome though. For example, if you want to load fuel or passengers, you've got to have the engines off, you've got to have the doors open. It's just like, well, can't we just do it anyway? But anyway, full load of passengers, 170, no cargo, 11.6 tons. I've taken an extra 30 minutes of fuel, guys, on this sector. So it's 10 tons block fuel for our flight. This burns about 3.2 tons an hour, so I've taken 1.6 extra, 11.6 loaded, and if you look here on the overhead panel where the fuel gauge is, you'll see, look, there's 11.6 in the tanks. So that's all done. Reserves for our alternate, I think it was Tulsa, K-Toll, that's it. That's it. We need 4 tons to get to K-Toll. We're cruising at 36,000 feet on this sector. Cost index is 50. we've selected, which is quite fast. I think it gives us decimal 80 if I remember rightly from the test sector. Average wind is 283 at 34, which is in. We're quite light. We don't have obviously a full load of passengers, but it's because of the configuration. It's not super heavy. We're using flat 5 as I would in the 7.3, and this is more than enough performance. 45 degrees D rate. CG is in. 24%, so 3.9 units. Again, like with the Zebra mod a few months back, there seems to be a few trim issues. Oh, I was doing this again. There seems to be a few little trim issues. For example, 3.9 earlier, I set that, and the aircraft about 5 knots below V1 just started rotating on its own. So what I'm going to do is set about 3.5. This just stops the nose coming up unrealistically. Speeds are all except the predetermined speeds, 131, 137, 145. I think Flight Factor, yes, it manually bugs for you, 145 knots there. FMC fuel says 11.6 kilos. Does it mean 11.6 tons? What page was that in? On the progress page? Yes, 11.6 tons. Maybe it's a little bug you've spotted. I don't know what page that's on. Anyway, FMC's all loaded. Let's have a look here on the overhead panel, which I will be doing at my operator. That's all set. We've set that up as well. Additionally, more tests here. Let's see if there's actually any ATIS at the moment. Oh, no, actually ATIS has come online now. So let's get the departure ATIS, test all the audio for VATSIM, and we can get our clearance as well. 132.1. Let's see if we can pick up the ATIS in voice. Maybe I have to turn the radio on down here.
2.21. Altimeter 7. Simultaneous.
Fortunately, the volume bug doesn't work.
Runway 18
It's a good job I checked that, otherwise I would have got the clearance. I've not heard of him.
Notices to air missions. Runway 5. 23 closed. Runway 5.
Oh my gosh.
23 available for taxi. Transponder is required to be on while operating on runways and taxiways. Bird activity within the airport. Read back all
God, so much ATC online.
With call sign.
Wow.
VFR aircraft advise aircraft type. Initial heading. Planned altitude. Advise on initial contact. You have information alpha.
So information alpha. Well, I've heard Steve Hawkins is the number of ATISs in Europe.
Web 110 at Niner. Visibility 10. 3,700 standard towering cumulus.
Okay.
Ceiling 8,000 broken. 5,000 broken. Temperature 27.
Oh, it is warm. Let's get the AP on.
Altimeter 2987. Simultaneous departures in use. Expect runway 18 center. Runway 18 left.
Hopefully 18 cents for
Notices
us.
to air missions. Runway 5. 23 closed. Runway 5. 23 of it.
Perfect, so I've copied all the ATIS there. It's 27 degrees, you expect 18 center, 18 left, and 110 at 9. The altimeter, which I actually forgot to make a note of, is 2987, so we'll set that now. 2987. Once, twice. Does it do gyms? No, you've got to do them all individually in the Flight Factor. There we are, and what I really love, look, can you see how the temperature's been slowly increasing? That's quite realistic, because it's 27 degrees here. It was 21 when we started the simulator. So what we'll do, we'll start the APU now, get some APU bleed on there because we're getting a little bit stuffy in the cabin. That's looking good. Yeah, sound pack's good on this. It is a pretty airplane, isn't it? Gotta love Wally giving you the ATIS info of the year. So that's not what Wally ATIS sounded. I love that film. One of my favourite Pixar films, Wally. Now APU's booting up. Whilst that's booting up, let's get rid of some of this ground equipment. So chocks, luggage loader, waste, gate from config, fuel truck, loader unit. We'll keep the GP on for now. And we'll close the doors. Imagine everyone's on board. Sounds like the APU could be available. Not quite yet. Oh yeah, it is available. No, I don't think it comes up on there. Well, let's disconnect the GPU, see what happens. There we are. Auxiliary power's off. GPU's disconnected. There we are. We're on APU. And we'll turn on the APU bleed. Open the isolation valve. Packs are now pressurised. And there you go, look, you can already see, or leave it in auto, you see the temperatures are already decreasing, look, already decreasing. Excellent, let's grab the clearance test. We've got delivery, 2 ground frequencies, 2 tower frequencies, 3 approach frequencies, and multiple centres online. This must be for everyone taking part in the VATSIM First Wings events. Let's have a look at the aprons. A few aircraft coming online. We've got a Rome Airways, he's a long way from home. Sun Express, I've heard of Airline, but I have no idea where they're based. United, American Airlines, I think I saw an alpaca or two somewhere, but maybe he's logged off. A Frontier, excellent to see some traffic. Let's now grab the clearance then on delivery. I've got the stand, what stand are we on? Bravo 7, excellent. Charlotte delivery, hello, it's Alpaca 3208, stand Bravo 7, formation Alpha 2987, departure clearance to Little Town, please. Little Rock, please. Little Town.
Alpaca 3208, Charlotte clearance, you're cleared to the Little Rock Airport via the Esther 4 departure, IPTE transition, then as filed. Maintain 8,000, expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.5, and you can squawk 5771.
We're cleared to Little Rock on the Estra 4 departure, then IPTE transition. It's 8,000 feet, flight level 360, expected 10 minutes after departure. Airborne frequency 120.5, squawk 5771, Alpaca 3208.
Alpaca 3208, read back correct, push inside your discretion, contact ground on, let's see, 121.8, when ready for taxi, you can expect runway 18 center for departure.
Push and start at discretion, and for taxi 121.8, expecting 18 center, Alpaca 3208. Have a nice day, sir. Perfect, it's all done. Oh, I like it, push and start at discretion, very American. So we've got the squawk coming in now, so we'll go 5771. God, I need to update the graphics on that. That's very, like, old school. Very explain. For as long as it works, and it feels like I'm in a 757, that's fine. Minus the very dodgy flight control issue at the moment. I don't know why I said Little Town. It's a Little Town off a TV show or something I watched as a kid. God. Little Rock. I even wrote down earlier, where am I going to? And I put Little Town. No, I said Little Rock. Unbelievable. I can see some of you already taking the mic. Default Siri, yes, this is stock X-Plane 12 Siri. Right, I think we're all good. Working our way down here, we'll select the engine status on, order brake to RTO. V-speeds have been set. We'll do a quick wheel well fire check. Make sure that's working. We'll push the caution on reset. Engine APU fire cargo. Sounds are a bit meh. Silly little flight deck to sim. Excellent. Fault fire test done. We'll reset that. And radio tuning panels all set. We just need to brief the taxi and SID, and then we'll get on our way. We're doing really well for time. So we're on stand Bravo 7 here. In fact, what I'll do, I'll get out the stock Navigraph airport charts. These are so good. There we are. So we're going to push back from Bravo 7. I'll just do something like facing south, or maybe north on this taxi line. Or maybe any Americans here? Do I have to keep clear of this taxiway, or can I just push onto this taxiway at my discretion? Not so sure. But if it's 18 center, we're going to taxi out here on this main line. We then have Echo, and what's the outer taxiway here? Foxtrot, by the looks of it. So we're going to make a right turn, head northbound, and then 18 center for departure as well. Maybe the airport charts are a little clearer. No. Jeppy charts are just rubbish, but likely to go in on the only taxiway here via Echo. Oh, you can push onto the line. I'm going to do it then facing south, so I'll get that there. And 18 center for departure, long runway, 3,000 meters. We've been cleared on the Esther 4 departure. So if you're flying to any of the local airports, it's the routing you fly. For us, it's just this one here, 18 center. Climb on heading 183 to 1260 feet, which is about 500 feet AGL. And flying runway heading, look, or assigned by ATC. So runway heading straight out, 8,000, and then we'll wait for our clearance, which will be direct, most likely to Esther or even perhaps Gin. Let's have a look at what it says in the FMC. So we've got if we select, well, in the 737, if you press legs twice, it always goes to page 1. It's got vectors and then gins, so we can actually use LNAV, and it will fly runway heading until we update the FMC. Right then, so I'll get rid of Navigraph. We've done everything here. We'll go. So APU bleed will turn on. We'll monitor ground during the push as well, which is now tuned. And oh yeah, I need to call for better pushback first. Alright, let's do a long push onto the taxi line, which is all the way over here. Okay, my mouse wheel probably rotating quickly. Look at that little curved turn there. Do something like that.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Perfect. 330 people, only 64 likes. Well, yeah, I'm not one of those people. I do like you to like it. It does help the channel. But if you are enjoying the video, do like it. And I'll never mention it again. Oh, that's a good job I looked out here, because we can actually disconnect the jetway. So I don't know if it will show me here until the engines have started. So this is the massive issue with the Flight Factor 757 right now. Look at the elevators here, which are actually painted blue. Right, here's my controls. Watch this. So if I go full down, 0, 1, it's about 1 second, look. This should be instantaneous. If I do that, the elevator should be in that position. And
okay,
this is making it
ready to connect.
Impossible to fly. Impossible to fly. So that's the issue here in pitch. I think the same issue is in roll. It's not as bad, but look, it's still pretty bad. A second between there. This should be instantaneous. Should be instantaneous. Let's just check the rudder as well. The rudder is just as slow. So full right to full left. It takes about a second and a half, and that is making the aircraft completely uncontrollable. I'll show you on climb out. I'll show you before landing. I am seriously thinking about doing an auto land, because I cannot land it. It's impossible. But I was committed to the stream before I actually started testing it. So
Release parking
anyway, that's my excuses in. Packs off. Anti-collision light is on. Parking brake will release in a second. Transponder 2 out of. And we'll now release the brake. Exactly, Brendan. That's what it's important to do. Get these excuses out.
Flight 405, information Bravo is not current.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Autoland is acceptable. Just don't forget the soundboard effects. Well, I might do an autoland. I have to just see how we get on. Oh look, I like how the ground traffic's actually waiting. Right, if I have a power cut, guys, there is a forecast bad weather in the local area this evening. But if I do lose a stream, that's probably why. I thought I heard a rumble of thunder, but it's going to be in my belly. Autoland is no fun. Yeah, neither's trying to fly an aeroplane that has you can't actually control right now. But I was just curious if it was an issue, and I went on the Flight Factor Discord. And checked out one of their forum posts, actually from one of my members, funny enough, and yeah, a lot of people had the same issue. Or another wild Saturday flight data sim. Excellent. Right, should we start engine number 2? Paul, I'm glad you suggested 757 is unlovable, since this helps me come to terms with an incident I experienced last night. Well, unflyable. Yeah, it is. Right now it is unflyable. You can't land it at all. Not at all. Unless you flare at 60 feet. How do I start the engines again? Ground.
Taxi 18 Center, fire Echo America 115.
Oops, what did I just push? It was a disengage bar. That's a good job I spotted that, because the engines would have started. 25% oil pressure, we have N1, fuel coming in. Look, I love this little shake of the camera. Oh, the sounds on this are great. The startup is very... Why are my thrust levers up there? Shouldn't be up there. Any chance to tune it? I've tried, Robert. I had a little play of the sensitivity settings. It doesn't change anything. It's just lag. The FlyJSim 737-200 had the exact same issue in pitch. The exact same issue. Right, starting engine number 1. Oh gosh, there's so many things to click on this. Oh, what's the default position of the alternate flaps? I have to look back and tell me, guys. Actually, not that. N3, N2, N1. That's a very unique Rolls Royce thing. Norm, thank you. Great sounds though. The howl on takeoff. You wait. You wait. How do you get better pushback to work in X-Plane 12? I never get it to work. I don't know. It's just the latest X-Plane 12 build, I think. It just works for me.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
These engines have TPR reading like the 7.8. No, it's EPR. I think TPR might be specific to the treads, but that power setting I'm unfamiliar with. Default sounds no FT-Sim sound pack. The default sounds on the Flight Factor 757 aren't that great. Generator's on, APU off. Start doing my flow. I'll leave the APU generator on though. Fuel pump set, propheat's on, air conditioning packs auto, ice station valve closed, AP bleeds off, flaps to 5.
American 1428, request taxi.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Oh, these sounds are excellent. Might be neither. RB211's on this. Oh yeah, thanks Norm for alternate flaps. Let's check the flight controls. So as discussed, they are not great at the moment. So just again to show you, sounds approaching aren't very loud, but if I go full forward, full back, left, right, it takes about a second for the spoilers to come up. Right, left, and you'll see I can fly it fine. It's just takeoff and landing's a bit delayed. That's all. We are recall, which is, where's the recall on this? Recall, just parking brake, and then we'll do the checklist when the aircraft I'm fine is configured for our departure. Barrow Sync. Thank you, Will. I forgot that. It's been such a while since I've flown this. Right, let's request taxi. I'll just turn the sounds down a tiny bit for this guy, just so I can hear ATC clearly. And Charlotte Ground, very good afternoon. It's Alpaca 3208. Just push back off Bravo 7 and request taxi.
Alpaca 3208, Charlotte Ground, good evening. Information, Bravo's current altimeter 2983, runway 18 center, taxi via Echo.
Taxi via Echo for 18 center and 2983, Alpaca 3208. So via Echo,
1428, monitor.
it's the only taxi I have. Second right,
133.25.
northbound, and go from there.
133.35, American 1428.
Just turn down X pilot now because I know he's very loud right now. So for taxi, I will turn off. Every airline's different. We'll go with turn off and nose gear. There we are. So parking brake released. Do a quick config check. All good. Ooh, a little bit too much thrust there.
Thanks for Bravo. Charlotte altimeter 2983, runway 18 center, taxi via Echo.
2983, runway 18 center via Echo, United 9201.
Taxis beautifully. Now, I don't like these these reflections. I've disabled it in the Flight Factor settings, but they're still coming up. So I'm going to take...
115 Charlotte ground, you south route 2.
Not this right, this second right here. And this is just stock scenery, guys. Clear left. Don't know if he's taxiing or... It's a very quick taxi, as he's landed on another runway, I don't know. And clear right. There's United to the right. Oh, some guys are liking the sounds. It is pretty sick. Oh, I wasn't looking. I was too busy looking at chat. I've cut the corner. My right gear could be on the grass. I'll do a little taxi pass for you. I said the external sounds are just as good, but they're a little bit more muted. They need to crank them up slightly.
Monitor tower 3335, United 9201, thanks. Have a good night.
You just need to make it a little louder. Beautiful. Tyrrell is a bug. The flight control delay is a bug. The FlyJSim had the same issue, but basic aircraft like this, the 737, the 747, the 75.
3208 Charlotte ground.
Go ahead.
Back at 3208, monitor Charlotte tower 133.35, 3335.
3335, I'll back at 3208. See ya. I did it! I did the thing! Monitor tower. So...
1428 fly, runway heading, runway 18 center, clear for takeoff.
Oh god, that's lightning. Yeah, the aircraft on... aircraft like this, they have direct control cable links to hydraulic actuated controls. So it's instantaneous, there's no fly-by-wire. There should be an instant response to the flight controls.
Right heading 240, contact departure 120.5.
Alright, right 240, we'll contact departure 120.5, American 115.
Oh, that's a little bit too much thrust to the taxi.
American
So this is monitor tower. When they say monitor, you don't need to check in.
2027, Charlotte Tower, traffic departed prior, runway 18 center, clear to land.
It's under clear to land, American 2027.
There's an aircraft on fire.
9201, traffic's on 5 mile final.
5 mile final, United 9201.
American 1428, are you rolling? I'm rolling, American 1428.
Might as well use all the runway.
American 2027, slow to final, please.
Oh, could be seen a go around
As
here.
close as we can get, American 2027.
Thank you. United 92.
No, don't overshoot the line here because the aircraft's quite long.
Runway heading, landing center, clear for takeoff, United 9201.
Pay for the whole runway, might as well use it. Yeah, if you're ever waiting for departure, there's no point doing intersection departure. Might as well just use the runway.
American 1428, turn right heading 240. Turn right heading 240, American 1428.
Interesting flaps. Very slotted. Taking slotted flaps a little bit too literally. It's always been like that though.
American 1428, contact departure 120.5. Departure 120.5, American 1428.
There we are. Yeah, well, never flown on a 757. Feel like I missed out. Well, it'd be very difficult. I think do TUI still have some.
Back at 3208, Charlotte Tower, runway 18 center, line up and wait.
18 center, line up and wait. I'll back at 3208. Oh, my parking brake release button's not working. There we are, it's done anyway. Right! Clear to line up and wait. Lights on. Strobes. What on earth's that noise? Unavoided throttle, transponder TAR8, weather radars on.
9201 right turn 240, contact departure 120.5. Right turn.
So MCP set, transponder TAR8, strobe lights are on, waiting for takeoff clearance. Oh, did you see my question? I'll have a bit more time in the cruise for those questions.
American 2027 left turn onto Echo, contact the ground 121.8. Left on Echo.
What a light up.
American 2027. Well, packet 3208, fly runway heading runway 1800, clear for takeoff.
Right, heading 1800, cleared takeoff, Alpaca 3208. Lights are on, checks complete. Welcome to whoever subscribed. I just realised my eFest wasn't on the right page. There we are, map. Yoke cam on, enjoy the sounds. Let's go to Little Rock. So engines all look stabilised. Nice small up time. Set takeoff thrust. Timer. Oh, need to reset this. There we go. Told you the sounds are good. Airspeed's rising. 80 knots checked, release forward pressure. I've got the weather radar tilt too low. Whoops. V1, rotate. So you can see, look, it's...
Don't sink.
No, what? I won't do that. Pause the rate climb, gears up. Listen to that buzzsaw. The external view isn't as good. I'm going to stay inside for this departure. Flight director's a little bit lagged, no more than 20 degrees. Perfect. I'll select VNav. So the aircraft will accelerate for me.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff 1800, turn 3607.
And we can select flaps 1. And trim. So just to demonstrate the pitch issue in the aircraft. Look down, up, no, nothing. It's about a second delay for everything. Flaps up. Right turn heading 240 departures, Alpaca 3208, bye. Flaps are up. And departures, hello, it's Alpaca 3208 out of Charlotte, turning right heading 240 degrees, climbing 8,000.
Alpaca 3208, Charlotte, departure 11, ready to attack, climbing 16,000, correct, Esther.
I maintain 16,000 direct Esther, Alpaca 3208. 16,000, I'm in the US. So 16,000 is set. That'll do, I'll put the command in. Direct to Esther. Execute. And we're inbound. I'll just turn this up for the external view because it's a lot quieter. I told you. I just need to crank up the volume for outside. But it's loud in here now. There we are. Sounds great. Select LNAV. Thank you. I have to take off checklist. Gears off. Mod brakes off. Air conditioning and pressurization. Diffs increasing 3 psi, about 1800 feet. Climbing. Set. Leave passengers in for now. Recall. Checks complete. Wing view, yes. Ortho 4XP downloaded for the entire sector. Bit of rain here, but it should be about 10 degrees. I love the rain effects in X-Plane. It looks really realistic. The windscreen wipers in flight don't work, but on the ground they do in the Flight Factor 7.5. Just this lighting though I don't like, look. Too dark when looking out the window still. There we are. 10,000 for 16,000. Pre-cruise checks now. So fuel, all the pumps are on, 10.8 tons. Lights, we're quite light. Click spots off. Lights, APU's off, pressurization, diffs now, 4 PSI, climbing set. 12135, Alpaca 3208, thanks to AT, so bye. Perfect. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, don't tell me you've done a Microsoft Flight Simulator. What is going on? That's what Microsoft Flight Sim does. Uh-oh, I don't know what's going on. The dodgy flight controls might be struggling here. Atlanta Centre, very good afternoon. It's Alpaca 3208, climbing 16,000 inbound to Esther.
Alpaca 3208, Atlanta Centre, hello, climb maintain flight level 230.
Climb maintain flight level 230, Alpaca 3208. So 230, my airline will set standard now. And I'll do that helpful sync button that Will was telling me about. That has worked. I think it's just a standby one, you have to do that manually. There we are. Yes, weather radar. Tilt is a little bit too low, and I accidentally turned terrain on anyway. So let's put the tilt on, see if it can pick up anything. It was working earlier, but yeah, I think the flight control bug is look at the trend vector. It's like Jack's tail, and I'm telling him we're going for walkies. It's like a right old swing around. Jamal, isn't transition altitude 18,000 US? It is correct. However, my operator, we set standard as soon as we're cleared to a flight level.
American 1428, bye-bye.
There's the temperature 18 degrees. A bit of turbulence. See the aileron fighting that. Camera runs a bit shaky, but the yeah, nice wing flex as well. What's up with the max speed? Yeah, I think Active Sky's doing some funky wind injecting, which is why the Mach numbers. Oh, I haven't updated Active Sky since last stream. I know there's a beta out, but I like to use the other one. Using X camera though. Yeah, stuff. Try and go back to explain 12. I regret it. I get FPS drops every 2 minutes. Almost crashed 7 times. Oh dear. Oh, you deleted your message. Well, I've not had any crashes. Touch wood. The flight factor, as I mentioned, I do love this add-on. I love the products. Find the 7.6, the 7.5 several times, but something has happened to this version with flight controls, as you saw on departure. I'm making lots of excuses for what will be a terrible landing later, but it needs to be fixed. But the good news is we fly this sort of aircraft 95% of the time with the autopilot engaged, so you know, it's just the takeoff and landing which is not great.
3297, Delta 584, thanks, have a good one.
Yeah, looks like we're right to pop out the clouds. Still 12 degrees, so we don't need engine NTIs. Yes, I had a typo, but yeah, I didn't have a good experience. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Ah, Vivento, I get my 7.3 rating in a few weeks. Love watching videos, especially for the SOPs. Thanks, you're welcome. Remember, this is 132907, Alpaca 3208, bye.
Atlanta Center, Delta 584 is climbing out of flight level 180.
I'm very happy about that. Remember, this is purely for entertainment only.
Atlanta Center, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb to flight level 280 of Delta 584.
Atlanta Centre, very good afternoon, Alpaca 3208. We're climbing to flight level 230, left turn to Debbie.
Alpaca 3208, Atlanta Center, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climb and maintain flight level 360, Alpaca 3208.
American 14.
360 set, that's our cruise level. And we're left turn to Debbie. ETA. Where is it?
9201, the climb, do not exceed 290 knots. Once you level or in transition.
Can't find the ETA in this, I can never remember. I'll have a look later.
290 knots, 15
10 degrees, we'll pop on the engine NTIs. NTIs on. Yeah, the clouds have...
320, the transition, maintain Mach 0.78.
Decimal 78 on transition, Alpaca 3208. So it wants to fly decimal 78 on transition. At the moment it's decimal 81. So I'll try this.
No factor, climb and maintain.
Yeah, 75? No, I didn't say that. Okay, I think 78 is 75. Okay, we'll just have to open the speed window on conversion to do this with 7.8. Spyfly is... I do a lot of giveaways on this channel. Don't do them every single stream. If there is a giveaway, I'll always publicise that in the video description or the pinned comment. Not today. So for everyone sounds like seasoned VATSIM pilots, yes.
3607 Atlanta Center, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 340, do not exceed 280 knots in the climb.
Up to 340 and we'll stay less than a 280.
I'm looking forward to the X-Plane 12 update coming out, and it was imminent, isn't it? But I haven't seen anything.
Clear flight 405, maintain Mach 0.7.
So a lot of add-ons are doing this. The 787, the default one in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the flight directors, and the Zebo's guilty of this at the moment. Sort of, the flight directors are, well, the AFDS system tells you where to point the aeroplane, essentially, what altitude and roll to set. And in Boeing aircraft, the flight directors move as per the modes you select: LNAV, VNAV, VS, level change, ILS, glide slope. And the aircraft's autopilot never moves from the flight directors. It's incredibly accurate. And I have never seen... You see, you have this white box here. It never moves outside the magenta lines out of this box. The autopilot is very good at ensuring it follows the flight directors accurately. And a number of aircraft, the Zebo mod included, the Flight Factor here, the default 787. I think the PMDG 750 was quite good at that, actually. But the autopilot should never, ever drift off the flight directors. It makes sure that it's always there. I mean, I'll give you an example. Look, if I quickly roll a heading slightly, if I go heading select, turn it right, look how it lags. Look, that should never ever happen. It's flying accurately. The autopilot's moving across onto the flight director, but and that's it. But it should never ever move off it. Anyway, better get back on, gets back on track. LNAV.
115, can you do Mach 0.80?
Welcome aboard, Nivor. Hope you're doing well.
115, maintain Mach 0.80.
Also, Flight IQ should have tried the case event. It's something that glad to join. I might have missed that one. Look at the ortho. Isn't that look absolutely brilliant? That's zoom level 16, guys. I think ortho for commercial jet airliner flying, I prefer to the Microsoft stuff. The Microsoft stuff down lower is much better, but ortho, as long as the maps are good. This is all Bing maps. That looks so good. Knick-knack. I mean, the signals come from the exact same computer, so FD and autopilot do everything simultaneously. Yeah, I mean, there's your point. Dave Cat, the Flying Pencil, why should we own that if you already have the 767? Very similar aircraft, common type rating of course, but if you're a devout 757 fan, you might want that one as well. You could argue, let's say the PMDG, for example, if you've got the 600, why do I need the 800 and vice versa? But some people like to fly very specific airlines on some very specific routes. Oh yes, I've just noticed all the clouds have gone. AdSky's still displaying global weather image. I hate how the clouds keep appearing and disappearing simultaneously across the horizon. Yeah, it's still doing this. I've only just actually realised myself. Now I think that Flight Factor's giving us some iffy weather, but because there's delayed flight controls, the aircraft's yawing. Ah, the rudder's moving. Does the... Actually, the 7.5 probably has rudder input from the autopilot, because it does have rollout, so I don't know if that actually uses it in normal flight, but it sort of looks like we're yawing around. Martin Scarv, it's my birthday today. Ah, well, happy birthday. Thank you very much for taking some time out off your birthday to come and join in on a live stream. I think I've even got... Where's my soundboard? Wait for it. Wait, where is it? Where is it? I have one. I know I do. I've got this. No, this is what I want. Happy birthday! Oh, there we go. Hello there. Excellent. Happy birthday. Anyone getting the little Fokker for Microsoft Flight Sim when it's released next week? Yes. It's in my virtual hangar already, and just like very kindly sent it over this morning. It was sat in my email, and downloaded and not actually installed yet. I've got just like I've knocked it out of the park with the manual. They've got this 250-page manual with a tutorial flight, and it's just like their 1461. So much detail. They really do create extensive manuals, which I really appreciate from developers that take the time to make those manuals. It must take a lot of time and a lot of research. Meanwhile, we've got a lot of oscillation in roll, and the trend vectors moving all over the place. Look at this, we're now descending.
Did you give us Mach 0.7
It's
or
really
Mach
struggling.
0.77?
So we're going to convert to Mach here,
3607. Alright, thanks.
as instructed by ATC .78.
Air Canada 1200, Jack.
Yeah, let's have a look at Active Sky. Let's see what it says at the moment.
Change the way over frequency approach take on 1200. Bye-bye.
So Active Sky is saying right now we should have clouds none reported. Okay, really? Where's the nearest airport?
Memphis Central 133.65.
Canned. Let me just get the METAR for canned, if that even has one.
2291 descend via the Phelps 3 arrival, landing south, and Charlotte altimeter.
Addison Regional says, oh, actually, credit to Active Sky list them in here. Credit to Active Sky. Here is the canned METAR, 10 statute miles, sky clear. So, I mean, the fact that the weather's actually disappeared is reflective of the fact that the weather is clear off here to the west. Does it have VNAV speed and path for descent? Yes, it does, Vincenzo. It's a little bit different to the NG. Oh my day! What is it? Oh my days! Oh, I think this is a combination of Active Sky and Flight Factors.
You can maintain Mach 0.79.
Decimal 79 now, back at 3208. I'm trying my best, but this aircraft's all over the place.
Maintain Mach 0.78 now, 78.
0.78.
If all this oscillation happened in real life, what would the procedure be? It'd be a serious malfunction if you had this sort of oscillating. If the aircraft was flying like this and handling, I'd be diverting. If the autopilot's flying in a realistic manual disconnect, but it's not. It just doesn't happen. But as I've pointed, if you look at my pinned comment, there is serious issues with the flight controls on this aircraft right now, and I think it's trying to react to the weather changes in X-Plane right now, and it just can't do it. It needs reworking. The flight and it all stems down to the responsiveness of the flight controls. This is all over the place right now, and it's just 15 knot winds.
336 over 900, thank you.
If it was just autopilot causing you real life, would you be a diversion or just fly manually? Well, if you have to disconnect and fly manually, you've got to leave RVSM airspace. That means descending to below 29,000 feet. Now, depending on the sector length, if it was short enough, you could continue, but if you're doing a 4.5 hour Canaries, well, you probably don't have the fuel to stay at 290. You probably use all your contingency. And also you've got to factor in, yeah, that's a lot of hand flying. And also, if you've got autopilot doing stuff like this, you don't know what's causing it, you probably want to get on the ground. But, yeah, it just wouldn't have been very unlikely to happen. It seems to settle down a little bit now. Spoke too soon. Look, I'm in a dead straight line at the moment. To Chops. Chops is 60 miles. It's a straight line here. But the weather's realistic, and it did clear up, but it is actually clear here, so that does make sense. I wonder if we look behind. No, it's completely clear. You would still see the clouds behind us. What a pretty aeroplane the 75 is. But this is going to be a straight line. Look at the contrail.
28028.
Anyway, we're lumbering up to 360.
303, Atlanta Center 121.3.
Peter, I'm neither confident nor to nor being able to manually control it. Not this aircraft needs update. My landing rate earlier. Well, anyone would like to hazard a guess of what it actually said on the screen? I think Grand Theft Auto. Oh my days! Look at this.
Russia 250, 250.
It's going to double it.
Center, climb and maintain flight level 260.
It's minus 700.
Flight level 260.
Yeah, the autopilot's not good.
Delta
And
584, Jack.
again, I don't think it's so much the autopilot, I think it's the flight. Where are we going? It's like in a constant right roll.
To advisory, thanks, Delta 584.
Descending.
Okay.
What are we doing? Decimal 79. Come on. And this is, and I think it is a beta, but it's the latest version, version 2.6.9. This is the X-Plane 12 version. Was it along the lines of when you forgot to flare minus 800 Andy? I flared, nothing happened. Started flaring about when I smashed the runway.
2044 Frontier Flight 10 level.
They'll fix this, because in X-Plane 11 this aircraft worked really well. Really nice add-on. The sounds are great now. Now we've accelerated, you know, the airflow has sort of drowned out the sound of the RB211s. Great views down there. Look at that. Look at that ortho. Look how crisp that looks.
Descend at your discretion, flight level 240.
Send a discretion to flight level
There's a lot of
240,
yawing.
Southwest 1178.
There we are, 36,000 feet. Let's hope it levels off. VNav. We'll lower that tilt. Ooh, come on. -2. We might get a little bit of ground.
2021, cut it to Atlanta Center 121.35.
There's no traffic actually. Ooh, that's ground return.
Second part for American 2291.
2135, 12135. Have a good day.
So we'll put it to -1. It should extend the sweep. There we go. So this is ground return. Anything between here and there should be weather. So our traffic there, spaced out every 20 miles. Looks good. We've all been assigned a speed. Mine was decimal 79, albeit the Flight Factor 75 is giving me decimal 76 and descending. It's going to be a bit of a rough ride, I think, for the rest of the sector. I'll leave the seatbelt sign on. Oh dear, what is going on? Decimal 70, come on. I know it seems a bit stupid, you'd never do it this height. I'm just going to put wing anti-ice on in case X-Plane shoves some ice on the leading edge. I've had that happen in the past. This is not a healthy airplane to fly right now on mine. There we go. It seems to be accelerating quickly now. Maybe I had some ice. Take it back. We've got full power here. Full. Well, no, it should be going up to 1.74. Oh, it's really not doing a good job here. How long till descent? There's decimal 79's econ, but that's no, because I've got it open, isn't it? Selected speed, that's fine. Right, we're back up to speed. Looking good.
3208, maintain Mach 180.
Decimal 80, I'll back at 3208. I'm trying. I think I'm just going to disconnect the auto throttle here for a second. I'm going to set 1.74, which is actually going to set max continuous thrust. 1.82. That's as much as I've got. Pretty much full power there. I've got full power and it's slowing down still. Gain usually loses in auto, Clara. Tilt in the crew is about -1 to -2 degrees, so you just get the ground cluster at 80 miles.
The 2747 Atlanta Center, climb maintain for level 300. Level 300 for Delta 2747.
Oh no, we're not turning, we're still inbound chops. I've got full power and I'm barely accelerating. This is... Oh, wings! I think this could be an active sky thing as well. Looks like the engine's not giving... Yeah.
You're still a little bit far out, but...
I wonder though, if that's an EPR thing though. That could be an EPR thing, Andy. I mean, I've got a very high N1 here. No, it should be higher than this, shouldn't it? I'm literally firewalled.
14, you're under contact.
Well, there we are, there's display 0.
miles south of the
Auto throttle's in again.
to be the stock car.
Let's just keep an eye on it.
3 arrival, landing to the south today, the Charlotte altimeter 2983.
Look at the VSI, I know.
3 descend via the stock car, 3 arrival landing south.
I am tempted to turn off active sky and use X-Plane 12 default weather. About to exceed MMO here. Oh dear.
Center Challenger 130 Charlie Hotel, flight level 19.
But this isn't a flight factor. Active sky. I think active sky is not perfect at the moment, but other aircraft are handling fine in it.
130 Charlie Hotel.
Is the airplane slightly pitched up, Robert? Yes, but that's normal attitude in the cruise. Oh, 7-8. It's all over the place. Look at this. We're about 20 degrees off our track. Oh, come on. It's just... Oh, they need to fix it.
MTB, I'm sorry, Challenger 0 Charlie Hotel.
I mean, to be fair, it is overhead chops now, so it is in a right turn.
Okay, max forward speed in the climb, 130 Charlie Hotel.
I mean, flight number 360 Toga doesn't make much of a difference, does it? Well, it will slowly and eventually read MMO, so yes. But that's a more accurate thrust setting now. Well, no, it's actually very low. Oh, it's going to go to idle, isn't it? Which the other throttle will do if it commands a low, high speed, but it takes a long time for the engines to spool up.
Flight 1011 to set up maintain level
Okay, well, it seems to be routing in a straight line again.
240
Listening, good you're on a rookie event, Lee, can't be mad at you, true. Yeah, just say you're sorry, I'm trying to fly my assigned speed, I'm new to this.
814, contact Atlanta Center 121.35.
12135, American 814.
Anyway. But I was relieved after looking to Flight Factor Discord that other people are suffering the same issues as I, so it's not something I've done stupid with the install or anything like that. Oof. And that speed change is active sky, you know. Look. So we've just lost 30-40 knots, and the autothrottle's now responding to that. Ah, oh, look at this. I mean, you'd be in severe turbulence if you had these sort of speed changes. I think I'm just going to disable active sky here for a second, guys. Just see if it helps the flight factor out here. I do need to go into the menu, and I'll turn on X-Plane 12 weather. So I'm just going to active sky is not helping the situation here. So I've just shut off active sky, and what we're going to do is just jump into the menu very, very quickly, just to turn on live weather. Oh, that actually, you know what? Look how much calmer it is now. So I shouldn't put so much blame on flight factor here. Look, turned off active sky and look how smooth it is. I've got this wind still coming here. Right, let me just turn on X-Plane 12 weather. Right, let's do this really quickly, guys. Thank you, whoever that is.
30, 20, 10.
I'm going to be currently it's going to cause a nightmare for the controller. Come on, done. Apply changes.
Captain, we're out of sick bags back here.
There we
We
go.
had to start giving the packs the duty-free bags for bringing back cheap booze from Gibraltar. Honestly, the floor looks like a spill in the soup section of the Heinz factory.
Thank you very much. That was cabin number 1. Thank you very much for the £5. Talking from the back there. Ran out of sick bags. Went to start giving the packs duty-free bags, bringing back cheap booze from Gibraltar. Honestly, the floor looks like a spill in the soup section of the Heinz factory. Unbelievable. Thank you very much for your donation. That's very, very kind of you, cabin number 1. Now, anyway, very generous of you. Look at this. I've disabled active sky. That's better. Now, I'm not gonna. I must say, a lot of these issues I was putting down to the flight factor here. It seems like the active sky is really upsetting the flight factor. It's struggling with the changes there. Now it seems to have all calmed down. Doesn't the flight control issue still exists, but that certainly helped things out now. So yeah, okay, thanks for that, listener. I haven't streamed X-Plane 12 for a while, so active sky I think it's probably worthwhile not using for a second.
2747 Jackson, Center closed, radar service.
Now,
Frequency change approved.
that's much better.
Over to Unicom, Delta 2747, we'll see you.
There we go. Right, well, we're not using active sky until that's been updated. That's completely making the flight factor fly really poorly. But now we've turned that off, and this is probably far more realistic to the conditions here at 36,000 feet. Look at this. Welcome. Hello flies by the impossible. That's interesting. Anyway, whilst we're hand flying, I just wanted to show you something to see flight control issues there. So I had to say the flight controls. Yeah, you can still see. Look, it's very delayed.
We can do 80 once we're at 3.
Should be instantaneous. So if I turn right, look, you see it has a bit of a delay. It's actually not as bad as it was. At this sort of altitude, you've got to be very careful in puts like that. But there's certainly a bit of yaw input going on. Let's get back onto the flight directors. But you can see actually how sensitive the flight director and roll is. So if I just start turning, see how the flight director just rolls straight off the attitude. It shouldn't move like that. Much smoother. Command 8.
Transition Delta 2472, maintain Mach 0.79. Delta 2472 in the transition, maintain.
There we are. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. Right, anyway.
Mach 0.79, do the transition from 2472.
Don't forget to set the pressurization panel. Uh-oh, what have I forgotten? Looks okay here. 8 psi, cabin altitude is just under 8,000 feet, cabin rate steady.
78, Atlantic Center 121.35.
Looks good to me. Adrian, the Flight Factor 8050 does the same thing. I thought that a little delay in flight control was supposed to be more realistic. Now with fly-by-wire and all those fancy features on that aircraft, I'm not 100% sure how it works. But on the Boeing jets, what about the 7A? But I think the main flight controls, well, they're all fly-by-wire. I don't know. But on the conventional Boeing jets, it's your control cables are attached to your hydraulic actuators, and whenever you move your control column, the elevator, aileron and rudder moves instantaneously. It's like instant moving, very, very quick. If it was as delayed as it is in the sim, like you experienced with the FlyJ Sim 732 or the Flight Factor, if it was like that in real life, you'd have you'd probably be unflyable. Martin, isn't the 75 supposed to be the sports car of the airlines? Yes, it is. These RB211s, same aircraft on the 747, the same engines they put on some of the 747-400s. It's got two of those, and the aircraft, empties the same way as a half-loaded 737. So it's got half the power of a 747 with about 4 times the weight. This aircraft empty has insane performance. I've spoken to people who fly this, and it's the most powerful commercial jet airliner out there. Someone asked me about Prepared. I've never used Prepared in my life, and I think Q8 Pilot paid $350 for the Pro license. Seems to be bad performing. Yeah, I won't be using P3D. I know there's some great jets and aircraft on it, but I only use X-Plane on Microsoft Flight Sim. Clear prop. Sorry, Flight Sim. I was answering a question. So if I missed your question. Sorry if I missed it.
250, sir, second.
Hello, Helmax. He says, how does X-Plane 12 run for you? I can't manage to have it to run stable on my system with a 600X and 3070 Ti. It's okay. What am I getting FPS-wise now? 50 FPS? Capped at 60. Yeah, pretty happy. I might have caused spacing issues for ATC here because we weren't paused for about 30 seconds. Anyway, look, we've just passed over, completely missed it, Atlanta. Just gone right over Atlanta Airport as well.
50, 40, 30.
Can't see it's cloudy now, but oh look, Atlanta Airport. Thank you for the donation. There it is, look, Atlanta.
Careful there, Captain. The flight attendants are going to have to clean up passenger puke now, Tom.
That's 2 donations related to people being sick in the cabin. Thank you very much, Larry Harville and Cabin Number 1 for sick-related comments. Yes, there's going to be a lot of mess in the back there, but it's all fixed now. Thank you very much for your donations. Oh dear. Oh dear, there goes Jim. He's not feeling very well either. Vicenza Eagle Vision, I know. I just spotted a little bit of Atlanta's airport there. And Nevada, fly-by-wire systems will have more delay than hydraulic systems because whilst computer designs are incredibly fast, they still need time to process the commands and send out the next one. Yeah, I think it's not to the detriment to flying safely, but yeah, the 7.3 is flying. What input you put in, the aircraft instantly responds to. Just scrolling up here because I might miss some comments. Scottish, are you following the Wimbledon captain? Not really, not really. I did go to Wimbledon years and years ago, over 10 years ago, and I quite enjoyed the experience, but no, I'm not really a huge tennis fan. Perfect.
2405, what are you directing?
Rourke, I had a pilot that sounded scary like you had a flight recently from Birmingham. Don't want to say the airline, just in case. No comment, Rourke. I've had people, many of you have been passengers on my flight. 2 people come up and say hello, and you're always welcome to if you honestly think it's me. But it wasn't Birmingham, yeah, it must have been Japan. If you ever find yourself in Japan, much more likely to be me. Hello Arctic Drum. 7.5 has outboard aileron on its wing design, in contrast to the 7.6 having both flapper on aileron. Some 757 crew refer to it as a sports car performance, but heavier on controls than its heavier sister. Very interesting.
Okay, left turn resume on navigation 1306, Charlie Echo.
To the help.
We often have a lot of people very knowledgeable on the topics. Well, I have a lot of aircraft engineers here sometimes, which really help answer a lot of questions. It's great.
1460, maintain Mach 0.77.
I haven't had any RT calls recently. I have not missed any. Top of descent's there, just over 160 miles, about 240 miles to top of descent.
Mach 0.78 or greater, Flight 5464. Atlanta Center, American 793.
Matthew, the 767 is a fingertip aircraft when it comes to roll 100%. Yeah, watch my landing when I make a pitch input in the flare. Nothing will happen.
Mach 0.79, I'm after the transition now, I'm at 25,000 feet.
We'll maintain Mach 0.7 or greater, please.
Michael, are you looking forward to the Bluebird 75 coming to Microsoft Flight Sim? I have heard about this one, but yes, we'll definitely try that out when it comes out. No, I'm not an aircraft engineer, but a software engineer. I've worked on control systems for. Very interesting. Very interesting.
2983.
Now we only get the information available in FCOM 2, which is very limited. The map number jumping around, which it would be if it was around decimal 80.
1724 descending via Phillips 3 arrival.
But it's certainly, you know, I was sort of giving a lot of stick there to Flight Factor with Active Sky on, but certainly I think Active Sky was causing issues there, primarily.
Alaska 1724. That's correct, and Charlotte is landing south. The altimeter Charlotte is...
Peter, have the payware Brussels V2 airport for X-Plane 12. Is it normal that X-Planes have a reflection on it? If it's absolutely soaking wet with puddles, yes, but not to the degree that X-Plane 12 simulates puddles.
Direct Vulcan with Uniform Zulu, American 793, thank you.
How Max, using auto captain? No, I don't. I think it'll be something I'm very interested in the future, but it takes me about an hour to download the tiles, and I just go off and, you know, do jobs or whatever. So it doesn't really bother me having to do it manually.
2571 Atlanta Center, Roger.
Atlanta Center, 731, Victor Bravo, 2500.
Number 31 Victor Bravo.
Of course, another muggy day here in the UK, isn't it?
I think you should be
Not as hot as it was last week. It was quite nice flying last week. It was busy, called off all my standbys, but weather's been quite nice in the UK.
Alpaca 3208, you able to Mach 0.81?
Decimal 81, Alpaca 3208. Yeah, I had a slight sim issue, so I think the sim paused for a while, but I'll go maximum cruise speed if it helps.
Yeah, just for a little while, then I'll have to slow you back down. So just increase your speed, maintain your max speed, and then I'll slow you down a little bit.
I will come back 3208. I'll do decimal 82, that's right on MMO there. Wilkshire says, "Well on earth are we going to park?" I don't know. We'll just give whatever AT gives us. Swarm says it looks like we're getting to Little Rock at the same time as the storm. Ooh, is a big thunderstorm there? I don't have Active Sky running, but we can use the Navigraph weather overlay. So there's Atlanta. What's this city here? Hoover, Homewood, Birmingham. It's Birmingham. There's an actual city called Birmingham. What's this here? Memphis? Memphis. Anyway, let's look at this weather overlay. Ooh.
207 Atlanta Center.
Nasty. This is all en route. There should be above all this though.
Atlanta Center, Southwest 1224.
Is there a way of... there's a time source looking for. It's really good, isn't it? It's moving eastbound. It looks like the weather's going away though. Look, it's sort of developing to the east. Building, isn't it? National Airport looks clear.
At 1283, is that you checking in?
See, look, there's some turbulence. How's it modelling that? See, look, cloud cover. There should be none here.
405, connect climb to center 133.65.
You know, I've noticed this in both Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane. 2 or 3 years ago, I was able to fire up X-Plane and have zero issues, and I think it's because X-Plane's new and it's a lot of devs updating now. But every sim, there's nothing's quite right in any sim at the moment. I don't know if any of you would agree with me. Microsoft Flight Simulator Live weather's much better than it used to be, but the winds are a bit iffy, the flying's a bit dodgy in commercial jet airliners. It's fine for the immersion, but it's great. X-Plane. Live weather's actually really much better, so much better than it was in X-Plane 11. Active Sky is now out, but it still needs a lot of work. A lot of aircraft like this one haven't been fully updated for the new sim, and I'm sort of missing a bit of stability. Like one thing that actually works really well. They just need to keep plugging it, both the devs here, to bring these improvements there. But sometimes I find that updates bring issues to the sim. The aircraft's like this one, the Flight Factor's flying quite nicely now.
Atlanta Center, Southwest 138 with you, climbing up to 23,000, passing 20,000.
Right, 870 Echo, squawk 2060.
Swarm, don't apologise, it was just showing just west of me, sorry about that. Well, what we found with the Navigraph weather is really quite cool. And it is very representative of live weather. Remember we compared this to the Windy app on a stream not that long ago. It's cool with these wind barbs as well. But neither X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator was actually injecting that weather, live weather, into the sim accurately, because we're looking at where the precipitation clouds were. They were nowhere near where it was showing in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Did we pass the Yao waypoint? No, Yao's coming up. Yao's coming up. This is great.
1288 Atlanta Center, combat maintain, level 300.
Jet streams, there we go, look at that.
Oscar 1724, connect Atlanta Center.
That's really, really, really good.
And Atlanta Center, hello, Frontier Flight 2126, climbing through flight level 210, 430.
That's the one you want though. So we're coming into some weather now. Let's see how it appears in X-Plane 12. As a summoner, it's pronounced y'all. Okay, got you. How Max, how is flying in simulators like X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim compared to the training sim you use for your type rating in 737? So the full motion level D sim is the best you can get with regards to replicating how the real aircraft feels. It's not perfect, but it's certainly enough to get you in a position where when you fly the 737 for the first time, it's like, oh yeah, it's very similar. A lot of people comment when they do their base training on how it actually feels a bit easier to fly in real life, sort of like the aircraft's doing what you want it to do. Graphics wise, forget it. You're always going to get a better looks in the desktop sim in comparison to a full motion level D, but they are, when you go in the first time, it is a little sensory overload, but you get used to it. Richie, what do you think about the PMDG 737 flight model and Microsoft Flight Simulator? It's very good. The numbers work, pitch and power, which is all about flying really. You set the pitch and power, you get the aircraft's performance doing what you want it to do. Taxiing, it's pants. You can't taxi at the moment in that aircraft, so ground handling and ground physics is not good. That takeoff and landing is not bad. The controls are quite sensitive by default. But overall, for a desktop simulated aircraft, it's pretty good. Zebra mod I've always preferred. I think it's sort of, you know, I've been giving a lot of input for the team. It's probably been built a little bit around my sort of input as well. But there's a lot of other people who have real-world experience flying the 737 making, but we all like it. But it still needs tweaking for X-Plane 12. There was an update last month which really pushed its progress in the sim, but the trim's a bit off at the moment. Like the trim, the CG's by default is a lot. You need a lot more trim nose up on final than in real life, or trim nose down.
207 traffic 1 o'clock, 15 miles opposite direction, Boeing 757.
Microsoft Flight Sim does feel like you're stuck in the mud on ground in every aircraft. That is true.
Parker 3208 traffic 12 o'clock, 10 miles opposite direction at 737, 1,000 feet above.
Looking out, Parker 3208 traffic. So sometimes, even though it's a radar controlled environment, 80 gives you traffic information, and there he is. 1 o'clock straight ahead. We'll see him fly by.
Foxtrot 1, squawk 2066.
I think the Flight Factor is still making rudder inputs because look how he's shaking left and right. Closure speed of about 1,000 miles an hour. It's amazing, VATSIM. That's if you're unfamiliar with VATSIM, guys, and who that person is talking, it's a real air traffic controller providing realistic ATC. He's pointed out traffic inbound towards us, and that is another person set on their desktop PC on the VATSIM network. There you go.
1441 Atlanta Center, Club and maintain for level 280.
The contrails look a bit dodgy in that direction, but better than having no contrails. Very cool. This is contrail finishing. Robert S. Yes, the FB is a bit of a meme now, isn't it? Martin, does the level D sim use X-Plane to preview or something like that? Are graphics as good as Microsoft Flight Sim? Graphics are rubbish, Martin, in full motion level D sims. The actual airport sceneries are quite good. You know, they sort of match up, the markings are all correct. But again, it's not sort of like any builds quality or sort of Flight Beef Studios or Orbex. The actual Enroute stuff is all flat. And the mountains are very sort of, yeah, we don't see them. It's all in IMC anyway. But the actual it's like an in-house data from the operator, what's the word I'm looking for? The aircraft builder. So Boeing will have Boeing's flight model computer in there or something like that. It's not like a Microsoft or X-Plane one. Mason did a full flight, did a flight in a fixed base sim on Monday, flew on VATSIM between Frankfurt and Gatwick. Felt very different going from a house sim to a real cockpit. Was epic. Very cool. Will, do you have flash landing lights in real life? I do it if they do it first. I don't usually do it myself. At night time. I wouldn't see it during the day. Exactly as Navarre said. Matthew, we actually have a few that use some weird Google Maps terrain images. Really? Oh yeah, well I wasn't going into that much detail. Airline, have you flown with 737NG driver or other 737 captain that streams? I haven't, no.
Just hang on 1 sec, we're in a control change.
Rigid live tray, what graphics card do you use? How much RAM does it have? There we are, this has been one of my boxes on it. Perfect. Welcome to Eagle Country. Where's this, Lauren? Eagle Country, I don't know about that. Hi, did you Elvis Presley fan channel? How is it going, Captain? Been a while since I'm shooting. Ground training gets busy. Glad to be back. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Some weather ahead, look. Something on the weather radar. Clicking on this. Very loud. So this is ground return being simulated in the sim. It's not a straight line like that. It depends on the actual terrain, topography, and what's ahead. But anything between this line and this black part here is going to be weather. I did see something painting on there. If you look at Navigraph, look, it's sort of 132.6. Alpaca 3208. Bye.
3607 Memphis Center.
There we are. So you can see, look, there's a bit of weather that could be appearing. Well, but just the tops of this weather you can see on Navigraph. That's pretty cool if it is. We should be able to always. I was going to say here, did it? But he actually did fly a 737 driver. He did it. Said in a stream once, but he didn't say anything to you as he thought you haven't recognised him. Really? Really? No, I don't think I have. I would have remembered. I remember most people I've flown with, and I've flown with hundreds of people. I think if I'd known I've flown with him, I would have known. If I did, I can't remember. I don't know. Must have been good. I only really remember the ones that weren't good, which are very few, if any. Memphis Centre, hello, Alpaca 3208, maintaining flight level 360, and we're currently inbound to YOL decimal 82. Is that the right frequency? 36.2. I can't see that thing. What's that frequency? Sorry, Centre, Alpaca 3208. Can you just confirm that frequency?
Should be at Memphis Center 133.65.
3365, Alpaca 3208. Bye, thank you. I got the completely wrong frequency.
Trying 3607 Memphis Center, roger.
Memphis Centre, good afternoon, Alpaca 3208, maintaining flight level 360, inbound to XS, Mac decimal 82.
Alpaca 3208 Memphis Center, roger.
Lauren, inbound? What do you mean inbound? American phraseology? It's a European one. Catholic Music says, I like that X-Plane doesn't have that greenish tint to the white and sky looks pretty realistic. It's better. I'd say Microsoft Flight Simulator looks much better, but the clouds actually have improved a lot. Right, active sky. X-Plane 12 default weather is so much better than X-Plane 11 live weather, and active sky, because it's still in development for X-Plane 12, I'm not using it at the moment. I'm actually going to stop using it moving forward, because that was... I've had a few other things in other aircraft as well happen, so I think until that's been revised and fixed, I'm going to stick with default weather, because it's lovely and smooth at the moment with the winds and in the cruise here. Peter, does Evo doesn't have a good weather radar in my opinion? Do I have it wrong? No, it's not the best. No, there's no accurate weather radar in any desktop simulated aircraft for two reasons. One, it's very difficult to model, and two, it's got to then depict that weather exactly as the weather radar seeing it. And the weather in simulators is quite generic, so for example, it reads a METAR and puts it into the sim, but it's going to be extremely difficult to model accurately. CH, interesting how the speed window on the MCP doesn't blank when VNAV's on the 7.5. That's because I'm flying a commanded speed. It does blank if you push it in. There you go, and it's now flying the econ speed, but I was told to fly decimal 8 too, so it does blank. Just like it's just as like in the 737. Yeah, the Venus 747 is quite good, but it's because it's an older weather radar. It's just sort of drawing it roughly. So this is sort of drawing a bit of weather now coming in, which sort of is reflective of the weather underneath us. If I bring up Navigator again, I'll just point the tilt down a little bit more. Okay, -3. There's going to pick up a lot of ground clutter now. There you go. So this is ground clutter now. So you see this red circle, that's the ground, that's weather. But it's sort of... doesn't look like that.
450, turn left heading 270 on the rollout, airport 10 o'clock, 10 miles, report when you have it in sight.
Martin, when the centre pump's low pressure lights up on the 7.3, do you immediately disconnect the pumps or do you wait until it gets to absolute zero in the gauge? It gets to 0. Now, as long as you're in level flight in the cruise, Martin, you'll get 0 and then the centre pumps start flashing about 30 seconds later. If the low pressure light stays on for more than 10 seconds, the pumps automatically turn off anyway. You just have to move the switch off. But the limitation is as soon as the light comes off, immediately turn it off. But if you're very light in the climb, you have a high altitude, you can get 0 on the tanks, even though you've got 200 kilos in the centre. If you take off and climb, it probably read about 50 on the climb out because of your altitude. Oh, no, on takeoff and landing as well. So it moves around. So if you land, you've got a bit of fuel in the centre tank. If you're tankering, you often get the centre low pumps to come up because if you brake, the fuel all moves forward in the tank.
It seems like you have no ATIS. That's correct. I'm too busy to sit here and worry about an ATIS here. We're landing south of Memphis. You can expect one of the 1-8s.
He got put in his place. No response. Oh, I've been all getting a cold. I've got a little bit of a sore throat. I do suffer from tonsillitis occasionally.
450, do you have the field in sight? Russia 450, do you see the airport?
Russia.
Russia 450.
Gotta love American bluntness. That was blunt.
1-8 left.
Right, top of descent's not too far away, guys. Just within 80 miles, but I could never... Anyway, 93 miles. I think we should start setting up for our approach into Little Rock.
DBM 6 Mike Zulu, say altitude.
3,000.
In airborne now for 56 minutes. So, fuel burn's really good in this. I was testing it earlier.
6 Mike Zulu, thanks. Climb, radar contact, climb and maintain, flight level 260.
Okay, that's not working.
260.
Put it there then.
For you a little bit.
I don't think you can put the winds in anywhere in the Flight Factor. I don't know where the page is. Anyway. We'll put fixings in for 22 left, so you have to do it, I think it's Kilo Lima, India Tango, then 22 left for fixings. Yes.
Heavy Airbus at Mike 9.
Roger, November 9, Mike 9 will give to the Iranian, Delta 25 by the way.
It's roughly where top of descent should be, 108 miles away. Yeah, there's the green line, there's top of descent, so it looks good.
483 radar contacts, altitude.
How Max, did you say it was a real ATC controlling on VATSIM right now? I don't know, it might be, but this is a VATSIM event for new pilots who want to try out VATSIM on today. So FMC's pretty much all loaded. I can't put the winds in, I've got the fixed rings in as well. Let's now have a look at the arrival.
FedEx 765 with variable at 3, runway 18 center, cleared for takeoff.
So remember, Little Rock has no stars. Yeah, Little Rock star, no chance available. Only approach charts. So if we go on the upper airway charts here, you'll see we're on the airway, Juliet 14, going from Arigi to Little Rock VOR, which is to the southeast of the airport. Now what's going to happen is we'll continue routing towards Little Rock and then we'll get vectored off onto the approach. Okay, that was at least 3 of you at once and I don't think I want to talk to any of you right now. It's probably my best quote from the working centre so far.
Okay, 40 east to Little Rock, 11,000, max speed 298.
So as I said, that's going to be the routing. As I was explaining earlier, what I've done, I've created a waypoint at Little Rock 01, which is about here, and then I'm breaking off here to Kitixo, so Lit 01's about there, then I'm routing direct to Kitixo, and then we're going to fly an RNAV arc 12 miles arc to the left, which the aircraft did quite well earlier. That's 2,500 to Joreg, which is on the extended set line, 6.1 miles. Typical American airport, the DME doesn't read 0 at the threshold, it reads 1.4 miles, which is obviously based off the other end of the runway. And then we'll start at the top here. So ILS frequency is 110.7. Now on the 757 you tune that down here. Course is 228. Minimum is 510. 250 feet AGL. I think the only way to get it to a minimum is called is set decision height, which is radio altimeter, which isn't the best, but at least gives us the minimum score. So around that to 250. MSA is no issue, 3,300. Vectors then towards the ILS. If not, we're going to go direct to the Little Rock VOR and then do the arc. Platform's 2,500 via KLIT. Joreg 1,800. That's the platform at the FAF. Final approach fix. And then it's a 3-degree ILS. There should be a 3-degree point in the FMC. Down to the minimums, have to go around. I can never remember the go around. Is it go around flap 20? I think in the 7.5. Where's the flaps here? Yeah, we'll go around flap 20. So go around thrust positive climb, gear up 400 feet. So we'll go heading select. Climb 800 feet, left turn to 3,000 feet. On heading 170 outbound from the Little Rock VOR, then you insert 230 to bowed, so we use LNAV actually. Should be all coded in here. 800 feet, intercept bowed. Now we can use LNAV. There we go. Let's have a look at the airports. 22 left then we're planning on, 22 right's available, I think 18 as well. 2,500, it's Sierra, we'll plan to vacate at. We're not going to be landing, guys, we're going to be crashing. I just can't land it right now. Performance-wise, 3.7. Should be landing with 6.6 tons. And we've got 7.9, so we're going to earn 1.3 tons of fuel between now and landing. Landing weight's going to be, we'll just got 82 tons. Flight 25. Thanks to Mike, I would have used that fully otherwise. And order brake we'll use 2. Vacate Sierra, taxi. There's only one terminal here, passenger terminal with 12 stands. We'll go from there. All briefed. At least aim for 757 feet, but it would be nice, we'll see. Plan for some sort of instruction like cross 30 miles east of Little Rock at 11,000. Understood, Lauren, thanks for that. Well, what I'll do, I can on the second page, I'll put Lima India Charlie. Not in database. Oh, it's Lima India Tango, that's fine. And I'll put a 30-mile ring. It might be a different distance, but that gives us something to work off, doesn't it? There we go. Thanks for that. Lucas, by the way, I'm learning the Feeder 742 right now. What's the best thing to do if I fly into an airport with only RNAV, 1 RMP procedures? That's the one thing I find really difficult. Maybe you can help. So it's not approved for RMP 1. Only RNAV you can use is en route navigation. So the only approaches you can't fly RNAV approaches in the Feeder 747 with INS. I don't know with. I think if you select the GPS, the UNS, is it UNS GPS? You can fly RNAV approaches. But not with INS for sure. Lauren, altitude and distance could vary based on facility. That is the common instruction for our minor facilities without arrivals. Yeah, quite common in Europe as well, to be given distances B-level by flyer. Now credit to X-Plane with live weather. Look at this. We've got all these sort of high altitude clouds. Looks sort of a bit like CBs. Which is what we're over right now.
Southwest 2930.
Southwest 138, Memphis and around.
Yeah, look at that. Credit where credit's due. I think that's not bad. The first time I've seen sort of live weather depicted quite well.
Russia 250, maintain present heading and maintain 2000.
But we're above it here, so not a factor for us. I wouldn't want active sky on right now.
On the jet, Natter Charlie Sierra, the wind variable at 3, runway 18 left, clear to land. Clear to land, 18 left.
Martin, why is RNAV VNAV not allowed below -15
runway 18
in the RNAV approach on runway 22 left? I will to explain that. Let me get the chart. Is it here in the airport?
Flight 405,
I guess.
contact Little Rock approach 119.5.
Let me just get weather. There we go. So,
Packet 3208, cross 40 miles east, Little Rock at 1000, the Little Rock altimeter 2985.
we'll cross Little Rock 40 miles at 110, altimeter 2985, our packet 3208. So, exactly as Lauren suggested, /40. And I'm in America, so that means I can descend now. And what I'll do is make my lit 0. What I'm going to do is go...
Cleared for the runway 20 right to approach, Delta 2646. Russia 450,
Ah! No, the flight factor doesn't like that. That should have worked. Right.
Delta 4017, contact Atlanta Center 125.
So what I've done, I've put that in the FMC, and VNAV's going to put us at 13, which isn't far off, but now I'm going to tell it to put me at 11,000, which is our clearance. It's telling me to reset MCP altitude now, so approaching top of descent. Oh, I've still got that RNAV approach up, hold on. And I can now set this here.
I don't know why you turned the airplane, sir. Fly heading 010.
Oh dear. Right, 11,000. Yeah, look at, we're just at the top of the CB here. That you would not want to fly through that. Yes, sorry, RNAV approaches. So, to answer your question about why is RNAV VNAV not allowed below -15, it's here in the first sentence. For uncompensated barrow VNAV systems, RNAV VNAV is not authorised below -15 or above 48 because of that temperature difference. You're not going to be on an accurate vertical profile. Now, you can still fly this approach, but you have to select LNAV minima. You can still use VNAV, but this sort of doesn't allow for accurate vertical profiles. You can use if you fly an LNAV RNAV approach, you can actually use vertical speed as your descent mode. But to use LNAV VNAV minima, you have to be within this temperature, -15 to +48. But if you're not, you can still fly it just in out to LNAV minima. Oh yeah, just the top of the CB. Now, yeah, that's really cool with Explain 12. Yeah, so flying over a CB like this, you want to be clearing it by at least 4,000 or 5,000 feet. We're just hitting the tops. So if it's a bit bumpy, we're actually going to start descending into it. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? That's not the cavalier attitude I take on at work. We'd request for delayed descent. Excuse me, I'm a bit hiccups. Yeah, I did see a bit of lightning here. Anyway, I better slow the aircraft down. Let's see if the aircraft starts descending in VNAV, which it should do.
Airplane's going to Little Rock that you're about to fly over. I'm going to give you vectors when you get to the train con, so just stay at your altitude and I'll spin you around there later.
And as I said, VNAV should put me here, my waypoint.
Russia 250, fly
It's
heading
not very clear to
180.
see, is it?
Heading 180, Russia.
Yeah, look, Arigi, and then it says Lit 02's just after that.
The wind variable at 3, runway 18 right, cleared for
There
takeoff.
it is.
All good, clear for takeoff, 18 right, lose at 25
Yeah, well done, Default Explain 12 weather. Certainly a winner over Active Sky at the moment. Yeah, it'd be very choppy here if you were going for the top of the CB. For a thunderstorm like this, it'd be very choppy. Right, idle VNAV speed. So it's gone to VNAV speed, not path, because obviously we're a bit fast. That's realistic.
Roger. Sorry about that. Just overwhelmed with things going on here. No worries. You and me both. Delta 2646, cleared visual approach. Runway 20 right. Runway 20 right. Clear to land.
Oh, top descent. Down we go. When's the next Boeing 737 stream? Well, next will be the Flight Factor F28, either on Monday or Tuesday. Flight Factor, the Just Flight F28, the Fokker F28. Monday, Tuesday, and then I've got 5 days of work, so it won't be any streams until next week. Oh, we're in top of a CB. Good, nice knowing you all. Engine NTI is coming on. It's a very smooth CB.
603, you can expect the ILS for runway 18 left. Sorry, I haven't gotten to you yet.
No worries, expect ILS 18 left, FedEx 603.
2511 radar contacts the altitude.
Yeah, we wouldn't get rain up here, too cold.
2000 for 5000, up to 2511.
Ice crystals.
Roger, Delta 2511, climb maintain flight level
Change the
240.
eyes off.
Climb maintain 240, Delta 2511.
The 4017, contact Atlanta.
Clear prop proximate. Are you allowed to use the MDA in an LNAV RNAV approach as a DA? Also, can you use VNAV on LNAV minimum only approach? So MDA is used for LNAV only approaches. You can use the DA, well, it is a DA, on a LNAV VNAV approach. Because you've got the vertical, it's an approach with vertical guidance.
American 1992.
3607, cross 40 miles east of Little Rock at 1000, Little Rock altimeter 2985.
Cross 40 miles east of Little Rock at 1000, copy the numbers, trying 3607.
You'd like me to fly a C-17? Ooh. Don't think I've ever flown any military commercial, sort of, what do I look for? Military cargo aircraft. I don't think I've ever flown any. A lot of Americans here in chat tonight, great to see.
FedEx 603, maintain 4000, fly heading 260.
Transport, thanks Martin for putting the word in my mouth. That's what I was looking for.
American 517, contact Atlanta Center 125.57.
Okay, back in path now. Speed, doing a good job.
American 517, bye-bye.
And this mode, it'll add thrust to maintain speed.
360, descend and maintain 5000, expect the ILS runway 18 right.
5000 looks good, heading 360, American 6.
Very quiet look on the fly past.
Sorry, Delta 1441 is the top of this now.
Delta 1441. There you are, Delta 1441. Pilot's discretion, maintain 10,000.
Europe is watching too. Very good. Yeah, it's 10:30 in the evening
If you
here.
have an approach request,
I'm actually going
I'll
on too
take it.
early, so I'll be going to bed after this. Not tomorrow, obviously.
Center 449, Charlie Sierra, ready, thanks.
449 Charlie Sierra, welcome to Memphis. Thank you for your patience. You can taxi via Yankee, your discretion.
Better actually get the weather for Little Rock. I will get the ATIS on text.
FedEx 603, fly heading 210, intercept the 18 left localizer.
So Little Rock ATIS, 250 at 9, 10 statute miles, expect ILS approach 22 left.
Charlie Hotel, contact Little Rock
RNAV 18. Runway news 22 rights closed. Terminal ramps are uncontrolled. Advise you first, Charlie. Welcome aboard, Ben Kaiser. Hope you're doing well. 757 is a gorgeous aeroplane. Oh, going into a bit of a cloud again. I have to say, Active Sky's bad at the moment. No, it's dismissed for desperate. They need to fix it. The depiction of the default explain 12 weather and weather radar is really good. It's not bad at all. Let's just tilt up slightly. Alright, let's see if I can dim the weather. It's a bit bright. Ah, good. That's better. So I can actually dim the weather radar returns. That's a little easier to see the MD now. There's nothing there that's going to make me want to divert round though.
Up to 1288, descend via the Swift to arrival, Nashville landing south, altimeter 2984.
Wait, looking, VNAV's putting it at 11,000 at Lit 02, looking good.
Flight level 330 and expedite through
Yeah, yeah, it's a little sensitive. I don't know if you can reduce the gain on this, can you? It's already on auto. So in real life, it automatically adjusts the sensitivity. You very rarely move it to max gain. If you want to really pick out some nasty stuff, you can.
Clear left, stretch 18 left, FedEx 603.
FedEx 603, we're on the way, 18 left, clear to land.
18 left, clear to land, FedEx 603.
Memphis Center, American 793, flight level 360.
Oh, into the rain.
793, Memphis
I don't know if, is that the wing shaking or a nervous passenger holding the camera? Going in and out of clouds is quite cool with the shadows and the decreased visibility.
1441, roger, you can expect that.
John, does it simulate ground weather radar returns? It does. If you put tilt right down, look.
Delta 1288, expect
I do -5, look. There you go, look. That's ground returns now. So everything beyond that is the ground. It's cool. Yeah, it's pretty good. So the depiction of what you can actually avoid in the sim is it's very hard to point out. And a lot of it is actually in daytime VMC. You actually look at it. Obviously at nighttime and in IMC you can only rely on the weather radar, but in oops, gone upside down. In daytime you really do look out the window if it's as long as it's not embedded.
Alpaca 3208, contact Little Rock approach 119.5.
119.5. Thanks to ATC, Alpaca 3208. Bye.
Bye-bye, Giant 36.
Up to 15,
So it was information alpha.
Not as of right now, maintain your present heading.
Roger.
Little Rock approach, good afternoon, Alpaca 3208, descending 11,000 to be level 40 miles before Little Rock, information Alpha 2985.
Alpaca 3208, Little Rock approach. Information Charlie's current, you can expect the ILS runway 22 left.
Expecting ILS 22 left, this information Charlie, Alpaca 3208. Oh, I thought it said Alpha on the 80s.
2930, descend and maintain 5.
So carry on towards Little Rock, we're going to be level 11,000, 40 miles before.
Little Rock approach, Giant 3607 with Charlie, descending flight level 254 for 12,000.
Oof,
American
see that?
671, contact Memphis Center, 1 tree.
Oh, look at the window. Look at the back number. It doesn't change quickly like that.
Echo Tango Zulu 101.
Here we go.
Direct to Memphis.
Left direct Memphis.
It's like it's quite steady. See the rudder. I think that's Ferg is trying to deal with these oscillations. If I saw my rudder do that, I'd be very worried. Yeah, it looks very, very pretty though. Don't do any external views, enjoy descending.
Headed 9201, descend and maintain 5,000. Descend and maintain 5,000, United 9 go 1. For 7 Oscar Charlie, you're north of the Charlie airspace, where your service terminated for frequency changes approved.
Beautiful. Those beasts as well. Looks good when it goes into the cloud. And it would be rain at this height now. That is such a pretty nose as well. Oh gosh, we're going to jump into the cockpit here. Right, seatbelts all recycled, they've been off on the whole flight. Cycle them if they've been on, just to let ATC know we're approaching around 15-20 minutes landing.
Envoy 36, Christian, Envoy 3462, Little Rock departure radar contact, climb maintain 15,000. 15,000, Envoy 3462. Envoy 3462, turn left heading at 080.
So just remember to lit 02, I might just have to go on to a heading because the aircraft and I've told it to route to Kitixo, but we should need to continue towards Little Rock technically. It's doing a good job holding the vertical profile to maintain 11,000 at 40 miles before Little Rock.
Minimums.
Itch it, scratch it, thanks for 44 months of member buddy. Hope you're doing very, very well. And thank you very much for continued support for such a significant period of time. Really appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. What's the temperature now? It's quite warm, isn't it? 12 degrees, yeah, we won't need engine anti-ice anymore. Oh, Martin, yes, we were using engine anti-ice, there we go. Yeah, so it's plus 10 on the TAT, so we don't need engine anti-ice. There will be no ice adhering to the aircraft at this temperature.
Flight 405, you are 7 miles from Joe Rev. turn left heading
Sure, that
250,
cloud's on the left.
maintain 1800
Square.
until established on the localizer.
Otherwise, they don't
Clear
look too
left
bad.
runway
And there's
22
that beautiful active sky. Keep saying active. Beautiful Ortho 4XP. Great FPS right now as well. 60 FPS.
Venture Flight 405, contact tower 118.7. United.
Yeah, welcome to Arkansas.
1, descend to maintain 5,000 and turn right heading.
Bit of a foul old day though.
Descend to maintain 5,000, right turn 2900, United 9201. Back 3208, descend to maintain 5,000.
So maintain 5,000. I'll back 3208. Oh, I forgot to set the altimeter.
3607, descend to maintain 6,000.
And that is 2985.
This is Jet 2 Try Mike is short at 23, holding for
Where's that button, Will?
Try 3607, descend to maintain 6,000.
So standby altimeter set, 13,800 for 5,000 standby altimeter sets. Yes, why? I was wondering this, Will. Why is Arkansas not pronounced Arkansas? There's probably a YouTube video about it. But it is Arkansas.
Number 2 Charlie Mike, what runway are you on? 3.
John is at 2985 or 2984. That really won't matter. It's about a few feet.
Your release time now 2135 Zulu. If not up by 2140 Zulu.
You said, I'll do it for you.
Then
There you go.
And on departure flight heading 280.
Worcestershire as we do. Probably the same reason we Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Roger 0 Charlie Hotel at Dumpy, cleared RNAV runway 18.
Dumpy.
Dumpy, clear
He said
RNAV,
Dumpy.
130
Right.
Hotel.
Lit 02. We'll maintain heading after this. Because we do need to continue flying towards the VOR, not to KIT so.
9201, descend to maintain 2,000.
This is what we do in the my operator as well. We'll program a waypoint X miles before the VOR, and then if we've not been cleared to what our expected approach waypoint is, we'll just revert to heading select.
The aircraft that just departed out of Little Rock.
United 4856, departed runway 22 left.
The original territory was the Arkansas territory. Once split into states, Kansas became a state and mispronounced it. Got you, John. Right, there we are. So we've got to go heading select now, because we need to carry on routing towards the VOR, not to kick zone. But now VNAV thinks we're on inbound to kick zone, that's what matters for our set profile.
Contact, climb, maintain 15, 8,000, turn left, heading 080.
Turn left,
Right,
heading 080,
so hopefully it shall
948.
decelerate, 250 below 10,000. Keep an eye on that, so we'll just do the post-cruise checks. Fuel, we've got 7.2, just an extra 30 minutes on board. Fuel burns perfect in this. Lights, angular bank is set to auto, pressurization decreasing, altitude right now is 8,000 feet on the cabin, set, 21 degrees, recall, checks complete.
Back 3208, turn right heading 330.
Right, heading 330 degrees, Alpaca 3208. We are on vectors now.
1, turn right heading 340.
So now I just can update it to Joe Reg.
United 9201, can you descend, can you expedite now?
What I'm going to do is we're not going straight to the airport, so I'm just going to do vertical speed 1,000 feet per minute, 250 knots. Because if we're not on the vertical profile on VNAV, actually a bit high, I'll go flight level change in case it gives us a shortcut here. Oh no, that can't be right. How many miles have we got? Where's track miles? No, we're fine. 369. I don't know why VNAV's showing me so high.
2 Charlie Mike radar contact. 3 miles.
So I put all the waypoints in now.
North Little Rock Airport.
Execute via Dumpy. So we might get cleared direct to that. Well, a big difference in VNAV now between what I said before. Ooh, up to the speed. 15 knots low there.
3201, turn
Try and do our
left heading
CDA now.
250. For United 9201. United 9201, sorry, turn left heading 250.
It's rudder.
50, United 9201.
That's not good.
Headed
Rudder shouldn't be doing that. That's the autopilot.
ready, climb, maintain 15,
And you can see it's making the aircraft react.
I'm maintain 15,000.
So if you have just tuned in, please refer to the pinned comments for my upcoming landing. The aircraft is a little broken at the moment in flight control inputs, heavily delayed. I'll demonstrate it again after landing at how much they are lagging. It is making it difficult to fly. Bogus today? No, Craig, because I will not be able to butter it. Unless I might be able to if I flare like 70, 80 feet and just make a really long flare, really long float.
Right 360, John, 3607.
Please refer to the pinned excuse. Landing's definitely going to be like that in the back. Just use all the brake backs. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I tried a couple, and the first one was so bad, but I repositioned, tried another one, and I just like I just can't do it. We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully they'll see the stream, and I commented in the Flight Factor Discord in the forum post about it, so other people have been complaining about it too. So.
Maintain 1800 until established on a localizer, cleared ILS, 22 left approach, United.
So looking good, track miles,
48, 56,
36 miles, 35, 70, it's going to be around 10,000 feet, ideally we're at 7, so we're getting lower and lower on profile. We'll just shallow off the vertical speed here now.
133.65, United 48, 56, thank you.
November 111, Little Rock departure radar contact.
Excuses 12. Any more?
Climb maintain 15,000.
But I have to say, X-Plane 12 default weather is not that bad at all right now. Just from what I've noticed from switching to off active sky, this is much better.
3204, descend to maintain 3000.
Alpaca 3208 confirm.
Alpaca 3208, descend to maintain 3000.
So maintain 3000, Alpaca 3208. I definitely heard a 04.
3201, contact
But
tower
there we go.
18.7.
Not sure confirm.
187 for United.
Nav's showing me low, which is correct. We'll again update it to dumpy.
Southwest 2930.
There we are. That should update VNav.
From Ekve.
Showing me very low, which we
Maintain
are.
2,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 22 left approach.
Minimums.
TFK's Linux Gaming, thanks for joining as a member. Glad you joined the content. Get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the custom modes to chat. Thank you very much, sir. So again, it's just about trying to maintain a CDA. We're nice and low, that's why I'm just doing vertical speed 500. We'll keep the speed 250 knots up for a little while longer. And we're still about... where's the DME distance? I don't know. But we're still 30 miles from touchdown.
Signature.
It will be micropicious. Lucian, this aircraft will be okay soon. Yeah, they will. They'll fix this. Still looks and sounds amazing. Even like the rudder is like a wagging tail. And look at that ortho. Oh, let's fly through cloud.
Turn left, direct to Nashville, Bravo, November Alpha. Bravo, November Alpha.
It's just thing. Never in my life will I ever visit this field. I always look at this in the world.
3208, descended, maintain at 3000.
So maintain 3000 is cleared. Alpaca 3208. Is he really emphasising the 08 there?
3607, descend and maintain at 3000. Down to 3000, Ryan, 3607.
Well, we'll whack at the tilt now to +5. Manu, how do you move the other views quickly and explain? You can assign them to the numpad. Really nice default camera system.
American 3436, radar contact, climb, maintain 15,000.
So just keep updating the FMC. You can't do that in the Airbus, but this you can.
Back 3208, turn left direct, Evelyn.
Left right Evelyn, Alpaca 3208.
Echo Golf Victor, India Victor.
Thank you, Alpaca 3208. Is that Eglin? Eglin? I don't know. Help me out though. L nav available, L nav.
Tower 18.7, Southwest 2930, have a good
And one of the problems with the Flight Factor is it doesn't, when you update a waypoint, it doesn't draw a curved line onto the magenta line and then straight, it just does a sort of overshoot, turns back onto the magenta line. So you just have to keep updating it. It's a bit of a pain. So we update it, look, it draws the whole line again. Shouldn't be like that, but it is what it is.
111, you as well, contact Memphis Center 133.65.
Keep updating it. There we are, inbound on the extended centre line. We've not been cleared approach, but the localizer is alive.
3436.
We'll wait till we've been cleared. We'll maintain 250 still. One more update to Akiv. Laurie, how is the Flight Factor?
3208, you are 12 miles from Evelyn. Descend and maintain 2,500 till stoppage on localizer. Cleared ILS runway 22 left approach.
Send 2,500 feet till stoppage localizer. Cleared ILS 22 left. Up back 3208. So cleared ILS approach. Approaching 70 miles on lock. So it's bit on to the localizer already, so it's going to turn right. Runway heading is oh, I think it must have triggered it when I got lock capture to seat the crew. And we've done a nice little CDA, not very the most efficient idle thrust CDA, but we've kept descending. And as soon as that glide slope comes alive, we'll start reducing. That's how far are we from Medkev? We're 8 miles, you know, we'll stop.
3208, maintain 210 or greater until Joe Rev.
210 greater till Joe Rev, Alpaca 3208. Oh, these
3208, contact tower 18.7.
118.7 Alpaca 3208. Bye. Joreg's at 4 miles. I'm not maintaining 210 knots till 4 miles. So you won't be able to get it configured in time. Certainly not in a stabilised manner. I'll give him the usual instruction is 160 till 4. But I'll do my best for him. Anyway, he said go over to tower in the tower frequency 1187. Okay. Okay, approaching 1 dot. On approach. Yeah. Certainly now that active sky is off, the aircraft is behaving a lot more. VNAV I'm not so sure about. Look, it's showing 560 feet high. I'm below the glide slope, so this vertical profile is not accurate at all. And JREG's bang on the 3-degree path, so I don't know what path it's built here. I'm going to give him a clean up. The F's going to be the up speed. He did tell me to contact tower, didn't he? 1187. There we are, over to tower. Okay, approaching 10 miles. We'll select flap 1.
Challenger 0 Charlie Hotel exit right when
Glide slope capture, I didn't even notice. So missed approach altitude 3,000 feet set.
Right when able, over to ground, 130, try to south.
And flat 5 speed is 220 knots, which we're doing below. Keep an eye on this. It's saying 1,000 feet high on the vertical profile. We're perfectly on the vertical profile, so yeah.
Minimums.
Cheers, Flying Water, 4 months, a bit late to party this evening. Just to say I'm now the proud owner of a Are You a Real Pilot mug. Great to enjoy a cover, thank you very much. Didn't you win it? I can't remember, Flying Water, but thank you for your continued support, appreciate it. Flat 15, 210 knots or less. Yes, I'm doing that. But flat 10, 15. We'll arm the speed brake. Oh, where's the click spot for it? I think it might have been armed already. Oh, I'll just... No, that's not armed it. There we go, now it's armed. Right, it's a little bit high on the glide slope. Should be perfectly on the glide slope.
Southwest 2930, right when able, ground 0.9er.
It's slowing down nicely though.
Right tank 1.9er, Southwest 2930, have a good day.
Little Rock Tower, hello, it's Alpaca 3208, establish ILS 22 left. Oh, I forgot to mention it's offset, guys. This approach is offset by 1.9 degrees, so you can see the runway is off to the left. That is accurate.
Aircraft calling Will Adams Tower. I missed
Get
your
flap 20.
call sign.
Lira Tower is Alpaca 3208, establish ILS 22 left. Why is it flying a dot high on the glide slope?
3208, runway 22 left, clear to land.
22 left, clear to land, Alpaca 3208. So it's not doing a great job flying this glide slope accurately. It's 1 dot high, and it's really struggling to slow down. So I've gone gear down, flap 20. For flap 25, I need to be below 190, which I am now.
3607, 5 miles from Calais, ILS 22
And it's flap 127, so 132 to fly.
3607, runway 22 left, clear to
And
land.
flap.
Number 2 following.
Flap 25, I need to extend the flaps there. So, gear down, 3 greens, flap 25. Lights are on, clear to land, speed brakes armed as well. Okay, now, disconnecting. I'll bring up your yoke cam for you. We've been clear to land. Autopilot's disconnected. Now, I'm going to disconnect the auto throttle. And look, you can already see the pitch issues here. And because it's an offset one, I'm going to turn off the flight directors. What I've found is, when you turn them back on... Oh yeah, hold on. It gives you some random modes. So let me just get the aircraft stable here. Oh, speed as well. I'm correcting that. So it just... when you disconnect the autopilot in smooth conditions, the aircraft should be in trim. If you do that in the 7.3, you don't have to do anything. It will just stay where it is. Here, it's just dived. So we'll get back onto the glide slope. I've levelled off here.
Glide slope.
I've probably gone around in real life. But it's just so hard to control. The pitch is very delayed. Look, if I pitch down, nothing happens. If I pitch up, down, it's just delayed. Everything's delayed by a second. It's almost uncontrollable. And the only way I'm going to have a chance buttering this is by flaring at about 80 feet. It's almost uncontrollable with the flight control inputs. I'm going a little bit fast here. But I'm back on the vertical profile. Maybe a smidgen high. So I'll just set that attitude to around 1 degree. Rate distance a tad high, 1,000 feet. Now, let's keep that picture now. Add a bit of thrust. It's very sloppy and rolling. In fact, I'm sort of... it's like flying two B-52s glued to each other. Continue. It's horrible. I'm making massive inputs, and the aircraft's not doing anything. Right, I'll try my best here.
100.
Fast. Right, look, I'll have to flare now.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Oh, it's actually going to work.
10.
Right, that's the best. I'm really happy with that. It's uncontrollable. Speed brakes up. Reverses. Oh my days, much better than my test sector, but it needs fixing. 100 knots. 80 knots. Manual braking. And 60 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Little Rock. Not bad. Ah, for an aircraft that's uncontrollable.
Paca 3208, exit right when able. Welcome to Little Rock. Contact ground point 9.
Take the next right and Little Rock on 121.9. Thanks to ATC, back at 3208. Bye. Perfect. So there we are. Vacated at Sierra. Just checking the charts open for myself as well. Flaps coming up. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Much better than the test sectors. Much, much better. So I've vacated here at Sierra. This is again default airports, and I say this every time. Explain 12 default airports are a pleasure because they're all correctly marked out for you. They've been updated. Oh, look at the reflections of that taxi line. I do not like that. Little Rock ground. Hello, it's Alpaca 3208. Just vacated 22 left at Sierra on Romeo.
Alpaca 3208, Adams ground taxi, Romeo Tango to the ramp. Have a good night.
Romeo Tango to the ramp. Oh, Alpaca 3208. Good night. That's my sort of clearance. Next left is Tango, and we'll find a vacant stand. Even I can't get lost there. Excellent. Yeah, okay. I love this airplane. As soon as they fix the dodgy flight control inputs, and just to stress about what I've been talking about this entire stream, just have the spoilers out here. This is what they need to fix. Look at the elevator input. Down, count how long it takes to go to up. It's a second and a half, and it should be instant. Same in aileron. If I go all the way right, look how long it takes for the spoilers on the upwind wing to come up. There you go, it's about a second and a half. Same in rudder, look. So as soon as they speed that up to the correct speed, we'll have our ultra-realistic 757 available. Everything else seems to be working really well for me. It's just, oh yeah, for the moment, don't use Active Sky. Active Sky is not accurate at all. Default X-Plane 12 weather is pretty good. I'm actually quite impressed with that, and until Active Sky has had a significant update, I'm going to be sticking with default X-Plane 12 weather. But that's it. I do love this aeroplane. They will fix this issue, and as soon as it's fixed, you're going to have a great 757 in X-Plane 12. Right, anyway, we're on Tango. We'll now taxi the ramp. We'll do the replays as well. And, yeah, enjoyed that little flight. Great to be back in the United States. Great to have taken part in the VATSIM event as well. Right, so flaps coming up. Reversers are stowed. Speed brake and trim will reset. Sounds on this as well. The FT-Sim sound pack. So good. So good. Landing lights can come off. Nose gear and turn off lights will leave on. APU will start. Oh crikey, I don't like the wall here. What stand number are we going to go for, guys? Whoever answers in chat first, we'll park there. If it's big enough, that is. We've got 1 through to 2 on the other side. There's a 787-800 there. I mean, I could keep it nice and easy and go for the one straight ahead of me. Skittish said number 4. 4, it's the other side. Alright, well I did say whoever answers first. We'll go over to stand 4. Skittish was first. Oh, I just hear that howl. Beautiful. And there's always one bit, it's kind of Chris. And I hope some of you enjoyed the ATC as well. These VATSIM First events are really good for they're designed for people to fly the network for the first ever time. Oh, look at this ground equipment. Out the way. No, don't stop. Wow. That's a report I need to file there. Oh, look, there is Little Rock City over there. Default airport, guys. Not bad at all. Apart from these textures a bit there, but that's ortho. Well, overstand. No, try not to overshoot the line like I am here. So stand 4 is all the way down here. There's a second one here from the right on the left. John, Alpaca 757 runs into ground cart and seriously injured driver pilots. Yeah, could not be reached for comment. Brilliant. I don't know if you guys saw my YouTube shorts as well. A developer, well, an Instagram guy who makes these really cool Microsoft Flight Sim shots made me a really cool video of the Alpaca Airways sort of flyby, as it would be from like a chase plane. And looks so cool. Uploaded it as a short stand and an Instagram reel. So check it out. Some nice cool music. Putting on stand then. Oops, no, that's turning the lights on. Look how broken the click spots are. It's always been that one though. Right, let me just get parked up first. There we go. Right, parking brake is set. Let's try and turn these lights off. There we go. Nose gear lights off. APU's running. APU generator's already on. So all we need to do is shut the engines down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Little Rock. Perfect. Excellent spool down stands on the spot. I tried. Strobes, sorry, I knew I forgot something. Strobes, white. There we are, and the red light can come off as well. Any more? Beautiful, beautiful stream. Very happy with that. Just, as I said, X-Plane 12, where is it right now? I think it's fine. Cockpit lighting, please fix that. And Flight Factor 757, as we've already pointed out several times, pin comment, flight controls delayed, like it was in the old VATSIM 732. Don't use Active Sky until that's been fixed, otherwise it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Lorry, by default, ground handling, runway and taxiway textures and general airport environment is more convincing in X-Plane 12. Yeah, by default, and then I've not done anything for departure, arrival, airport. It is convincing, it comes off really well, the default airports, and of course you still have high quality pay add-ons available if you want to further enhance that view, but by default they are very, very nice. Anyway, we'll call that a day. Let's have a little look here in the comments. Are we going to get a butter or bus livery for the Fokker, hopefully in time? But yes, the Just Flight, as I said, have very kindly sent over their F28 Fokker. I'll install that tomorrow and try that out, and then it will either be Monday or Tuesday for our first ever stream in that. Will probably be offline, flight from 8 to be, just trying it out. And seeing how the aircraft handles. What other comments did we have here? Yeah, I can't believe how good the landing was. That's because I started flaring really high. Right? It was very unrealistic, but all that matters is you see a good landing or a butter. Right then, guys. Anyway, it's getting quite late here. It's just approaching 11 PM in the UK, so we'll get things racked up. I'll log off of VATSIM. Great ATC from all the controllers. Thanks for the people that joined in on the sector as well. It was really enjoyable. Let's now get the funky replay music. I'm a professional DJ now, so I can blend out that music and start this one. Oh, no delay, no hesitation. Pro. Right, let's turn that down. Crank up the volume. Fingers crossed. X-Plane 12 replay works this evening. So I found the trick, guys, is to press rewind and then you can drag until your heart's content. And it works. But you've got to press the rewind button first, otherwise it crashes. So it's going to look good from outside, but my goodness me, look at the inputs I was having to make for these conditions. You might be able to see, look. Like that big inputs, but slow movement. These should be moving a lot smaller little inputs constantly, but instead it's big chunks there. I was making instinctive rudder inputs there, which you shouldn't be using in an aircraft like this to coordinate the turns. Right, anyway, let's have a look at that landing. God, it's a pretty aeroplane, isn't it? Go, okay, Briss, that is very late for you. Get yourself to bed, sir. Thank you very much for watching over in Cyprus. Well, despite the ropey handling, it still looks very, very good and realistic in the sim. Oh, look at that! Yeah, those reverses. Despite the fact it doesn't handle very well, still liked how it handled in the sim. Oh, nice! Shouldn't stay the reverses with reverse thrust still. Yeah, still got a lot of love for this sim. And look as you come out the cloud, the sun and the shadows. Really quite nice, actually. This sim is looking good. I mean, come on. You can't say that looks bad. This is a default airport. I mean, come on. I think that looks smashing. Stock scenery. Doesn't look terrible, not great. Oh, it looks great. I really like it. Right. Let me touch down about there. Yeah, look how I fled so early. Oh, the gear movement was spot on. Oh, as soon as they fix these flight controls, we've got the Flight Factor 757 we know and love back. Don't use Active Sky at the moment. Use default weather and you're grand. Really nice. Oh, that's really, really good. Right, let's do one more from the tower. I'm loving it when the replay's working. Oh, maybe not from the tower, guys. It's blocked the view. Let's do one more from... oh, I've got to do that view. Yeah, it's got to be that wing view. That wing view is epic. Alright, we'll go from there. Right, let me get you back there. And I think there was a combination of ortho and water there. Yeah, not bad, X-Plane, not bad. And all this is stock X-Plane 12 with ortho 4 XP. That's all this is. That's all this is. That's where I levelled off because it was sort of getting a bit low on the glide slope. Anyway, we'll sign out there. So thank you very much for everyone that joined in on this live stream today. All the information about the products I use in the video description below. I really enjoyed it. Discussed in length the things we like and love about the sim right now and what needs to be improved. But as soon as they fix, as I said several times, the flight controls of this aircraft, I recommend you get it for your virtual hangar. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest content. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm going live on my racing. What's it called? My second channel, Airline Pilot Plays. It used to be called Flight Sim Gaming. I'm going to be doing a sim race. All the members, if you're interested, head over to Discord announcement section if you want to take part in the race. I'll be streaming tomorrow at 6 PM on the other second channel, Airline Pilot Plays. That's it. Thanks to everyone that donated, all the members for your continued support too. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.